Mega Mike the Movie Man here with an awesome live stream tonight. We got to talk some Avatar, The Way of Water. This is going to be a ton of fun. This is our post-game show for this movie. So it's going to be kind of a general review discussion style. Now, no spoilers here. So even if you haven't seen the movie out there, you're okay. Stick around. We're just going to kind of go overview on this movie with 10 awesome pre-made questions. But of course, we like to make these streams interactive. So definitely leave some comments. We'll get everything answered, everything shout out there. But yes, we are not alone today. We are joined by an amazing panel of blue tubers out there, other YouTubers, collectors, you name it. We got a great host of panel members tonight. So my co-host joining me this evening, we got Amazing Anna. Amazing Anna. What do you have to say to the public?
I'm a noob to this. Don't get at me. But I am excited to talk about Avatar. I'm going to try not to spoil it. Do not get mad at me. I'm going to try not to spoil it, though.
Well, we did see Avatar together, so we had to get you on for this one. So this is going to be a lot of fun. We watched it, same experience, but two different people, of course. So we're going to have different perspectives. So that's what's going to make this a great discussion.
And it's crazy to say that I watched it back in 2010 when it came out, or 10 years ago, 2012. I don't remember when it first came out. And then now, being a little bit older, so definitely got different perspectives.
Yes. And we'll get to that question, Anna. You're already getting into it. All right, let's bring everybody else out, of course. All right, let's get Jesse. How are we doing tonight?
Hi, I'm doing well. Thank you. How are you guys?
We are doing great. What would you like to say to the public out there, the mega league of film fans?
Oh gosh, I don't know. This is my first time being on your show, but I'm super excited and super pumped to talk about Avatar 2.
All right. Hey, you're in the right place for that. So let's bring out another amazing panel member, Fish. How to get you on here, Fish? How we doing tonight?
Doing great, Mike. Thank you very much for having me. Excited to talk about this because I actually watched it tonight fully for the first time. So I've seen quite a bit of it because I work in a theater, but I actually sat down and watched it myself tonight. So it was. We'll talk about it.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I mean, it was Avatar: The Way of Water. You know I had to get Fish on here. So it worked out perfectly. Perfect match. All right. We still have some more panel members, everybody. So let's bring on Last American Girl, fashionably late, as always. How we doing, Last American Girl?
Good.
Was there traffic or something? What was going on?
Just life.
Did she lose herself in the water?
Needed to. Yeah. Needed to fight off a couple of what do they call them? Men from the stars.
Oh, there you go. All right. Well, still trying to connect. That is not connected yet. So we'll wait till this person gets connected. But we also have another panel member. I'll bring in a little bit. But here we go. We'll get started for now. And let's check into the comments, see who is out there watching. So we got Craig. Hi, Mike and Anna. Hello, Craig. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. And then Mega Movie Mom is here. Hello, everyone. Awesome. And once again, let me go ahead and bring up this, of course. If you're visiting channel for the very first time, you got to splash that subscribe button. Make sure you like, comment, splash it. Don't be afraid to get them wet. Okay, we want all those buttons splashed tonight. Last American Girl, get your mind out of the gutter. We are talking Avatar: The Way of Water. None of that here, okay?
I like the post you did on Instagram or something. It's gonna be a wet.
Hey, I'm trying to fit with the theme here, okay? That is all this is.
I don't know where you got wet because I did not get wet watching this movie.
Yeah.
Well, I did a little bit, and I was very happy with it. I did not
Did we not
mind.
see the same movie or what?
I guess
the 4D version.
edition or something. Hey, mine was a more enjoyable time then. I don't know what you're saying. I had a great time with mine. Mine had all the effects.
Sounds
though.
like it.
All right. Rosie, I told you that I was going to get you on that one. I'm
You
like, be
did.
prepared for it. And she was not.
I was not prepared. I was not.
All right. So we got our 10 questions here. So let's get right into these. Let's see. Here we go. Question 1. We got, how did you like the first Avatar movie, just in general? So talking about either the story or some of the visuals, the tone of the movie. So actually, amazing, Anna. I'll let you go first. No pressure.
What? For the first time in forever. Anyways, I kind of thought the first movie and the second movie kind of related the same story. They were both kind of fight about the whole trying to save their planet kind of thing. And I think that was like the same part in the first movie. So I thought the stories were kind of similar. The only thing that I saw in Avatar 2 was that there was more characters involved, more different I don't know, species. What avatars? They're still avatars, right? I don't know. They're just from different islands,
the
right?
Na'vi. So,
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Like
like that's
the robot suits, right?
yeah. So then I think the stories were kind of similar to the first one. You know, the only thing that was just different was adding more character, I would say. In general,
So like bigger scope then.
yeah, just like a little bit more overall of seeing the whole island of Pandora, knowing what there's actually out there, you know, instead of just watching that in the first Avatar, just that main scene where they're at their island, or not even island, we're at the forest or whatever you want to call it. So
all right. And then Jesse, how do we feel about that first Avatar movie?
So the funny thing is, I watched it when it came out, and I hadn't watched it since. So I was kind of coming into this movie remembering how much I loved the visuals so much. And at the time, I was really into animation, and I wanted to be an animator. So I was just totally drawn into all the CGI. So I remember that. I didn't remember too much of the story because it was that long. But I do agree with Anna. It was kind of similar. And then also, I was kind of able to see the movie as its own thing without remembering the first one. So that worked out. But I definitely remember the visuals. That's what really stuck with me.
All right. And then Fish, what do we remember about that first one?
What do I remember? Not a whole lot. I really didn't remember a whole lot about the first one. I tried to go back and rewatch it before I saw the second one, and I fell asleep into it. But the one thing that I really didn't remember was how it started. So I did get through the beginning, and I did get through to the planet when he linked up to his avatar, and that's where I was confused because I didn't really remember how he got to that point. And so it was good to have that refresher. But like I said, I really didn't remember. I do remember the visuals. The visuals, gorgeous, obviously. But as far as the story, I remember it being about kind of like save the planet, pretty much. So that's what I did remember. But I actually, and it's on TV right now next to me. So I'm kind of watching it as we're doing it. I was watching it before we started, so it's still on. But I'm here though. But yeah, did not remember a whole lot. But yeah.
All right, and then Last American Girl. I know you're a big James Cameron fan out there, so I'm sure you remembered a whole lot from the first one.
Yeah, I'm surprised at how much I remembered. Because I mean, I've gone over how I'm not a fan of long movies. However, the first Avatar, I'm pretty sure I rewatched it at some point because I remembered it very clearly, or maybe the story was just so great that it stuck with me, and it was enough to go watch the movie without having to go through the trouble of doing all of the homework and everything. So having a good, memorable story was my impression of the first Avatar. I think I was too young to understand the special effects and the technological advancement this movie had made. But overall, great movie. I'm glad it got a sequel.
Are you saying Last American Girl, you did not go back and watch the first one before this?
I did it.
You did not do the homework. Okay. Well, let's take a poll right now. Okay, who did the homework of watching the first one before the second one? Raise your hand. I'll do a half.
Yeah, I'm there, right there with you, Mike.
Okay, so a lot of halves.
Like I said,
Amazing, Anna. You're the only one who trooped through it. Good on you.
Well, you put it on. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like I had a choice.
You told me to put it on.
That is true. I
Yeah.
did want to watch it. I actually wanted to watch it before he put it on. He's like, oh, you could go ahead and stream it, you know, whatever. I'm going to wait until the 4K comes out. The 4K never came out. I was like, I've been waiting the full time to watch it. Never came out. Screw it. I'm going to watch it. He's like, well, I'm going to watch it with you. I'm like, man.
Then I fell asleep, and that's how that went. Benny. So, Benny. Yeah, you've been here the whole time, of course. Absolutely. So, Benny, how do you feel about this first Avatar movie?
So, I didn't go back and rewatch the whole thing. I did a recap video that I found on YouTube, and it kind of sparked everything again from what I remember. What I remember is it was basically Dances with Wolves just in space, which was fine because I liked the movie Dances with Wolves, so I liked Avatar. So I really enjoyed it, and for the time, the CGI was great. So I was ready going into the second one. So I was kind of excited, but not like super excited.
So you're saying, Benny, that you cheated on the homework, basically using the Cliff Note version on YouTube. That's what you're saying.
I don't think that's cheating. I think he's smart. He's thinking smart.
It's using your resources.
Most of his time.
Use your resources. Use your resources.
That's what it is.
All right. Well, so
it works.
No worries. We're just rolling with it. But yeah, I guess for me, it's been such a long time, but what I remembered from the first Avatar movie, like everybody was saying, the visuals, I remember it looked really nice. That's what stood out. But I remember the story, once again, just being kind of, you know what? I feel like I've seen this story before, just told in different ways. Yeah, we're in space now. Yeah, we got a lot of blue people on an amazing planet, but it's the same story. It's the colonizer story. Mm-hmm. We got the bad colonizers. Yep. They come in, try to take over the planet. Then one of their kind goes with the other kind, becomes part of the other tribe, and then fights back, right? We've seen that a bunch of times. I know, Benny, you were saying it's like Dances with Wolves, right? Just in the space level. But it still looked really cool. So during the time, I was pretty impressed with it just visually. But story-wise, you know, seen it before. It was a long movie. I never felt really the need to keep going back to it because of the story. So after I saw the visuals the first time, I'm like, we're ready to move along. So that's kind of how I felt about the first one.
I'm kind of like on the same fence with Last American Girl, that like I think I was too young to know about the graphics or the visuals or anything. I was there to watch the movie, to watch the story or the purpose of the movie. So I think I fence with her on that.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's take a look at these comments here. Let's see who we got in the chat here. Oh,
Don't
looks
forget
like we
to
got
star
some
it.
new people. Of course. All right, so we got Sarah Rivera here. Hi there, Sarah. Thank you for joining in. I think it's my first time seeing your name in the chat, so thank you for being here. Make sure you subscribe, of course. And Benny totally missed out on the subscribe we had. So should I play it again? Should we roll it again?
Roll it.
Just for you, Benny.
Roll it again. That's it.
Right, Benny?
Thank you.
All right. Does it just?
Yep. I was having technical issues.
So if you're just joining, Benny, you want to read it for us? What should the people do?
Splash that subscribe, like, and comment. Don't be afraid to get them wet.
Yes, of course, we are staying in theme here. Last American Girl, again, get your mind out of the gutter. Okay, we are talking.
Yeah, always.
Of course.
We're talking here.
Always in the gutter.
Mm-hmm. All right. See, I thought that was gonna be you, Amazing Anna, but I
still-
got Last American
I'm
Girl.
still wondering how you got wet. Like, I don't know what movie. I did.
It
We
was-
were not watching the 4DX. Okay, with
Maybe
the
I
special
went to
effects.
that one.
Like, I don't remember any splashes.
I
in my
felt some
face.
water. I don't know. Maybe it was someone spitting. I don't know. I'm not gonna make it anymore.
Yeah, you get some water.
I'm sure it was that.
Sounds like you guys had it. Someone had a really good time at that movie.
And I'm glad we stayed through the whole thing. So maybe
We gotta
maybe
wait
it
till
was
we get to
then.
those
Maybe it was then.
questions.
Maybe
All
it was
right.
then when you got wet.
All right. Megan Movie Mom
Wow.
says, "Wow, the girls outnumber the guys." Well,
Well, Benny's
well
here
actually,
now.
we're tied now. Benny
Yeah,
got
we're
it.
even.
I'm back.
Tied, Benny.
3-3.
Yes, we
We're
are.
balanced it.
We're even up now.
All right, Hisham says, "Hello, everyone. Hello, Last American Girl." I don't know what that means. Oh, Hisham, you and Last American Girl. Always something with you, but it looks like she's enjoyed it, so it's all right. All right.
She has a fan.
She does. All right, Tyler Bean. Glad to see Benito
hi, Bean.
Fan too.
has arrived. That's an official title by the. Oh my
Yep.
gosh, Benny,
Ooh,
you
we
got a
got
whole new
fans.
name. Wow, this is a spicy stream tonight. Wow.
Yep.
And Tyler
It's
Beans
a
is.
wet.
Hey, Beans, how's it going?
I knew this stream was going to be wet. I just didn't know how wet it could get.
Or you should have said it's a steamy.
Yep. There you go. Let's get wet.
Ben Grimm had no inclination to watch part 1 again before 2, but I pretty much remembered most of it. It was a simple story. It was an easy story to remember. So that's why I feel like it comes back to you pretty easily. All right, let's see. Mega Movie Mom says, the first one I loved experienced the new creative environment. Yeah, I think that was the selling point. Let's travel to a brand new planet, Pandora, and just kind of let you see how everybody works there.
Let's show some new characters.
Yep. All right, Tales from the Shelf. What's up, everyone? Oh, Tales from the Shelf. Thank you so much for joining in. Tales from the Shelf
I'm
was
getting confused. I'm waving this way, but I'm not waving at anybody.
yes, and what I was saying, Tales from the Shelf was just on my stream last night, my box collecting ranking stream. So that was a lot of fun. So you Avatar fans out there, after you watch that, this stream, go back and watch that stream because that's a lot of fun.
It was a good one. That was a fun time.
Yeah, Fish, we're gonna have to get you on one of those in the future. Actually, we're gonna have to do a little bit of part 3 on that. All right, got Hisham here. Why James Cameron never direct Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines, Terminator Salvation, Terminator Genesis, and Terminator Dark. He was busy directing Avatar for like 13 years. He didn't have no time for nothing else.
Titanic took a big chunk of that, and then Avatar took another big chunk of that.
Yeah, he's directing the next one. So if he goes at this pace, this is pretty much only going to be the movies we get from
we're
him.
not going to see him until next 10 years from now.
10, 13 years, give or take.
When we're 60.
But we will get to that. All right, Mega Movie Mom says the second one was cool with all the kids and babies. Ooh, you saw it. Awesome. That's great. Yes, no, I love both. Very creative and gorgeous environment, forest, and water. Oh, Mega Movie Mom, you'll have to let me know what format did you see it in? Did you see it in a premium screen? Because that was my recommendation. All right, Craig says Avatar had great actors, a great villain, made the story. Hisham said, can Avatar The Way of Water beat Avengers Endgame? No way, not even close. But we will get to that in a bit.
We'll have Christmas.
All right, so getting into our second question here. What did you think of now Avatar 2? Because we're just talking about Avatar 1. Just kind of warm us up here, right? Warm us up, get a little bit steamy. Now we're going out to Avatar 2. So coming out over a decade later. Wow, this was a long wait. And was it worth the wait? Amazing, Anna. Was it worth the wait? What do you think?
Well, since I messed up the questions already and already talked about it, was it worth the wait? Definitely, yes. I liked the movie. I cried in the movie. I enjoyed it overall.
That's question 8.
Oh,
Anna.
sorry. So, was Was it worth? What do you think of? Well, okay, coming over a decade. I guess by all the technology that we have now from the first one, it was definitely worth the wait. Like the whole upgrade that we got on the scenes, I literally felt like I was in the movie. Like the water moving, I felt like the wind was hitting my face when the waves were going. No, I was not on anything, okay? I was not on mushrooms. I was completely sober watching this movie and stuck in like awness by the whole 3D IMAX. That was my first experience watching a 3D IMAX movie. So it was, to me, for how long I waited, it was definitely worth the wait.
All right. So I think you answered like 3 of the other questions. Let's pace ourselves, amazing Anna.
But I still have more to say. So
Jesse, what do we got? What did you think of Avatar 2 just coming out over a decade later? Did you remember that they were working on these Avatar sequels? Were you forgetting about them?
I honestly forgot until I think one of the Disney, like the D23 articles came out about Avatar 2, and I was like, oh yeah, that was a thing. I would say though, it was definitely worth the wait, just because, like Anna said, the technology. Having to imagine, first of all, having to write the story, quite a chunky story, so that writing time, and then just developing everything, all the animations, the character models. You'd also have to imagine that over 13 years, the software developed. So they either were able to implement their old models and fix them, or because of new technology, sometimes you have to build it from scratch. So thinking about all that, thinking about how they filmed underwater a lot of scenes, they had the actors for the most part that I remember looking from like the last movie when they had like, you know, the behind the scenes stuff. You'd see the actors wearing suits with different sensors to capture the animated footage and then apply the model on top of that. So just thinking of the whole process, yes, it was definitely worth the wait to have the amazing visuals we have now.
So it looks like Jesse, amazing Anna, you have given Avatar 2 a pass on the wait time so far. You've been gracious with it. We'll see.
And they said when they recorded the scenes underwater, they did that in one take. They had to hold their breath for that whole one take for those underwater shots. So imagine holding your breath underwater that long. Shoosh.
James Cameron really
You're definitely gonna get wet. Okay.
All right. So speaking of wet, we will get the fish. All right, Finn. You give it a pass for taking over a decade.
You know, just like Jess, I had forgotten about the sequels, and then yeah, they talked about it. I was like, oh yeah, there's supposed to be like 4 or 5 of those, aren't there? But was it worth it? I mean, yes. Visually, it was gorgeous, stunning. Story-wise, it was okay for me, but you know, just once again, the technology, you know, that we have accumulated over the 13 years did make it fantastic. And plus, like they were talking about the stunt work and stuff. I think Kate Winslet broke a record held by Tom Cruise.
Yep.
She held her breath for like 8 minutes.
And 15 seconds.
So yeah, some craziness. So yeah, she's a record holder now for that. That's crazy. But kudos to her for that. But but yeah, was it worth the wait? Yeah, no. Visually gorgeous. Yeah, stunning. Yeah. But yeah. I don't know what else to say. Was it? Yeah, it was something.
All right, Last American Girl, do you think it was worth the wait? Because just imagine all those James Cameron movies we could have got if he wasn't working on this one that long. Do you still give him a pass on this?
You know, this is the first conversation that me and Jesse had as soon as we went together to go see it as we walked out of the theater. Because I was like, why did this take so long? Why was this? And Jesse went into it and explained to me how movies are made and why it took so long. So based on her explanation, I do give him a pass. And also because this movie required so much budget that the original Avatar, with the whole the brand new effects and the CGI and that kind of thing, this felt like it was his introduction. Look, that was like, look, this is where the technology's at. This is what I can do. Can you give me a really, really, really big budget over the next 10 years so that I can give you guys something even better? So, yeah, I think it was worth it.
All right. So, Benny, you're giving James Cameron a pass?
So, yeah, mainly because for the effects to catch up. At first, I was really skeptical when I heard that they were making one, like I said, over a decade later. I was like, are people really still filling the whole Avatar train? I'm like, am I really filling the Avatar train? I wasn't really going to go watch it, like I said, because I wasn't really feeling it, but I was like, let's check it out. So that's why I watched it. And it was worth it, in my opinion, because like Last American Girl said, with all the visual effects to catch up. So I'm like, okay, all right, it was good. So I'll give him a pass. Yeah.
Are you saying, Benny, that you didn't go watch the movie because of this post game? You watched it because you wanted to?
That was mainly because of post game.
The effect Mike has.
Yes, the influence is strong, of course. All right, so everybody was nice to the movie so far. Everybody's been giving James Cameron a pass. So I will play devil's advocate here and say, no, this movie took way too long. Okay, way too long, especially with the story they went with. You cannot tell me that story took over a decade to develop. No way. I've seen that story before. Okay.
Yeah, that was my thing too. Yeah.
Now, visuals, I get it. You want to have better visuals, so we got to wait for the technology to develop. But come on. We got to get a movie out when the movie's hot and ready to go. I think this movie could have done, and we'll get into numbers later on, so I won't go too much into this, but I think this movie would have done a lot better if it came out 2, 3, maybe 4 years max after the first Avatar, when everybody's all excited about it. But then we've gotten so much since then. We've gotten all the MCU, decade of movies, right? We've gotten now even Top Gun Maverick, for example.
I forgot that they were going to also do the Avatar sequels.
Yep.
I thought the first Avatar was the
One
first and
and
the
done.
only. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I did not think that they were going to make any more until, Jesse, like you were saying, the D23 or even Mike. Mega Mike over here told me about it. I probably would not know either if he did not tell me or I did not see the news about it.
Yeah, and to me, I just think, oh my goodness, like James Cameron is such a great director. I love most of his movies. I'm like, what could have been? And what could have been the other movies we could have got? As Hisham was mentioning, some more Terminators possibly, but anything. We could have got such great original movies from James Cameron, but it seems like he's laser focused on the Avatar Pandora world right now.
Why do you gotta be so splashy?
Hey,
Why?
I have to.
Why?
You guys were giving James Cameron a pass. You're being all nice. I had to be on the other side.
Can you hold your breath underwater that long? You bet it's gonna take a long time. Come on.
30 years of holding breath. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I think someone was relaxing there for a bit. I think somebody was getting their naps in. I don't know. All right.
So salty.
But yeah, so there we go. All right, let's look at these comments. See how everybody's doing out there.
You forgot to start.
Of course I did. Let's see. James says, no, we already said it. That's why I need to start. All right. Okay, yes. Mega Movie Mom says 2D. I'm afraid 3D would give me motion sickness. That makes sense.
You know what? I have a comment about that. This is the first movie in 3D I've watched since one of the King Kong movies. That was many, many years ago. For that reason, because I always get motion sickness. And my parents did as well. But technology has advanced so far that it just dried my eyes a little to take eye drops. But I definitely recommend seeing it in 3D. Didn't give me any motion sickness at all.
I got motion sickness in the beginning.
What?
Yeah, the first like 20
Wait,
minutes. Yeah, I was
Oh.
kind of looking away because my
Yes,
eyes
you
had
did
to
tell me.
adjust. Yeah, I did tell you. But yeah, my eyes had to adjust. But then once they were adjusted, then same thing like Last American Girl. Just a little dry, but then I was okay.
It kind of remind me of like the ride. Have you guys ever been to Universal Studios, or Universal Studios Orlando? The King Kong ride, you know, and you got those glasses, or when you see that projector like hitting your face, it kind of looks like that, except there's no movement, of course. So that's what it kind of made me feel like.
All right, let's see. Craig says, I heard Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos and a comfortable recliner was a better experience than IMAX. Oh, I had a wonderful experience in IMAX 3D, but
I
we'll
had
get
a
to that.
wonderful
We'll get to
experience
that.
in a recliner.
Recliner would have been nice. I think they should combine it. They should make just the best premium theater of all time. IMAX, 3D, recliner, effects. Like, take the best thing. Oh, and the Screen X with the screens on the side. Yeah, the 270 degrees.
How are those movies? I'm gonna go see something.
Amazing. They're amazing.
Yeah.
I thought it was the Joker, the one that we watched.
We saw
Oh.
I saw Spider-Man No Way Home in it, and I forgot which one we saw. I forgot,
Yeah, I
but
forgot
it's been a
too.
few. Oh, I saw Top Gun Maverick in it. I don't know. Have you seen it? Maybe.
I thought it
I'll
was
hit
the
you up about that.
Huh?
I'll hit you up later about.
Oh
that.
yeah. Screen
I
X
went
is
for the first
amazing.
time, so.
Oh, it's phenomenal. That's actually probably my favorite screen choice
Uh-huh.
for most movies, but for this one, I had to get some 3D in there. But it would be great if they combined all the best of all the premium screens like together to like one mega theater as it would be, like just everything. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I would love to watch movies in 3D. I mean, I do, but it's the whole glasses aspect for me that they are like.
Yep, same.
So Benny probably gets me.
I have contacts.
Yep, definitely.
And you know,
contacts bother me, and I had them once, and they lasted about a week.
But even if I wear glasses, they're
Yep.
big enough to fit over your glasses.
They are. It's just it kind of sits out a little bit, and I don't know. It just throws it off a little bit for me.
Yeah, it feels weird.
I still enjoy it. Like I still enjoy 3D movies, but I did not do it this time for this movie. But
yeah, once we get to that one upcoming question, I will definitely talk more about that, of course. Yes, Hisham says RRR or Avatar: The Way of Water. So I still need to see Triple R. I have not yet seen it. I think it's still on Netflix. I've heard great things about it, but has anybody seen Triple R out there?
No, what is Triple R?
I have not.
It's a foreign language film, but apparently it's like an amazing action movie.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, I haven't watched it.
But it's extremely long, which is why I have not got to it yet.
And I heard it like over 2 hours, almost 3, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
It's on Netflix.
we got Huck in here. Huck was also on my stream yesterday. He says, "Hey gang, I'm going to see this tomorrow afternoon and just rewatched the first Avatar. That movie is so good. If you love the first one, you're gonna be blown away by the second one. So that's great. And watching it in 3D. Yep, 3D is a must on this one. If you don't get motion sickness, of course." Ben says Cinemark has heated seat recliners too. Ooh. Now they just need good customer service. They'll have a theater.
We need a Cinemark.
I've had some issues with Cinemark. That's just me though. I've heard there's wonderful things about that.
Didn't want to give me a student discount even though I was a student.
They didn't believe you were a student, even with the student ID. Even with the student ID.
I was like, well, what do you think I am?
Like, who would fake a student ID to get a discount on a movie ticket? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Cinemark, you're a little too much right now. All right, Hisham says, what's your favorite James Cameron movie? Oh, that's a stream for another day. So we're going to save that for them.
Tune in.
Yeah. Yes, of course. Now let's get into our third question here. What did we think of the trailers for Avatar 2? So, wait, I didn't even answer. Did I answer the last question? Yeah, I did. Okay, we're in question 3. We're staying awake, everybody. All right, so
Coffee.
Amazing Anna. What'd you think of the trailers? Do you remember the trailers?
I don't think I remember the trailers. I think I seen it once or twice. I think I only seen the first one when it came out. I don't know who was promoting it. Was it because of Disney, was it during the convention or was it just released? I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember.
So the trailer did not really catch your
Oh,
attention.
I think I remember. It was like a teaser, and it was just like the water motion, and just the songs and kind of like the background. That's all I remember. And then I remember seeing some in the movies when we would go watch movies. They would play the trailers, but you know how many trailers I have seen? So damn many. So
this one wasn't a memorable.
no, I can't remember.
Okay, all right, that's not good. Marketing department, step up on that then for Amazing Anna.
Well, you take me
All
to
right.
so many movies.
Jesse, what'd you think of the trailers? Were they getting you hyped up for it, or were you like, eh?
So, I don't watch a lot of TV, so I actually didn't see any of the trailers. I didn't look up the trailer until after I saw the movie. And afterwards, like, it looked really cool, but I didn't get to see the trailer before the movie, so I'm not really too sure how, like, I would have felt about it. But after seeing it, like, you know, the water, I love the water, I love the beach, so it looked pretty cool. But again, that was my opinion for after watching it after the movie.
Not doing your homework, everybody. What's going on here? That's all right, Fish. Do you remember the trailers? What'd you feel? Well, of course, you work at the theater, so of course
I do work at the theater. I do work at the theater, and that's one of the things is trailers anymore are so long and give away so much that I had to stop watching them. I had to stop watching them. So I've caught very few trailers in the past few years. So I did not see any of the Avatar 2 trailers beforehand. Like I said, I've caught very few. And it's usually when I'm walking through the balcony and I look over and it catches my eye. But if it's really something I want to watch, I'll avoid it. But if it's something that I've never like heard of, and I'll kind of stand there and watch a little bit of it. But yeah, I didn't watch any trailers for Avatar 2 because of the fact that I was like, okay, well, it's been so long since I've seen the first one. Let me just go into the second one. Yeah.
So you just swam into this one completely fresh then. That is the way to do it. Yeah. All right. Last American Girl. I know you were watching these trailers.
Yeah, I like the fish.
Never mind.
So,
I never
watched trailers. But and I do remember what you're talking about, where it was like the blue, and it just said Avatar: Way of Water, and my initial thought was, they're making this. I thought this was like a couple years ago, so I didn't expect them to actually follow through with it. So it was a bit of like, I'm quite curious as to what's going on. But I don't think that, like we were saying, marketing department needed to step up a little, because I didn't see too much promotion for it. Had it not been, again, for this stream, I probably would have just overlooked it.
And we sold out of buckets and cups when we went.
Yep.
How dare they?
Opening weekend, no souvenir cups, popcorn bucket. Regal was not stocked up. Nope.
Oh no! All right. Well, hey, I'm glad I know that.
Yeah, but like as far as
I can probably get you some.
Ooh, yes. Send it our way.
I work at a Regal, so yeah.
Hey, he said us, okay?
Yeah.
Oh.
But as far as the actual trailer for it went, when I did end up seeing it, I felt like trying not to get spoilery here. The trailer implied a lot of things, and a lot of things that were implied didn't actually happen in the movie. So I was pleasantly surprised to find that which is a big problem that it's been with DC and Marvel lately, that the trailers have been giving away the whole movie. This was good.
Yep.
All right, Benny, what do you think?
So for me, I actually watched the trailers, and they were enough to pique my curiosity, but not give away too much of the stories, which is what I liked about it. So I kind of went in with the hope that it was going to be good, but not too much of what the story was going to be, like I did for Black Adam. Black Adam, I kind of knew exactly what it was by the trailer. But this one, I was like, okay, this is interesting, just giving us a little bit enough to tease us. But so I enjoyed the trailers.
Yeah, and for me, I saw the trailer probably about a dozen times, with just how many times I go to the theater. And still, I feel like there wasn't too much in the trailers. I felt like James Cameron was trying to keep stuff, really hidden or low key. The only things I could remember was, okay, there's something about like family. So I think like family is going to be a strong theme and message. It looks kind of cool. But other than that, I'm like, yeah, it's just letting us know that, hey, we didn't forget about Avatar. A sequel is coming out. So if you forgot about it, it's going to happen, but we're not going to tell you too much. That's what I got out of it. All right, let's check in on these comments here. We got Ben Grimm says, they played the trailer so much, I was actually getting annoyed when it came on after a while. They did play the trailer quite a bit, but they didn't give too much away in the trailer, which is nice. So it's not like you knew the whole story or anything, which I think is a lot better than, like, Benny, you were saying, like a Black Adam trailer. You saw that, you knew it was a summary of the movie from start to finish.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what I was getting at. That's why I don't watch many trailers anymore. But like I've seen a couple. One recently that I had to see just because of the name. I had to see Cocaine Bear. I had to see that.
Yeah.
I had to check and see what that was about. But yeah, no, I enjoyed that trailer definitely. So. And I watch a lot of people's reaction to trailers. So sometimes I watch trailers over and over and over and over again. So I'm seeing footage and I'm seeing different things every time. And it just got to the point where I'm like spoiling some movies for myself sometimes because they do that. They do give away too much in a trailer. So.
Yeah, and it's tough to know which ones. Like, you'll have them that are just like little teases. You don't really know too much from it, but then you have the ones. Once again, it gives away the whole plot, 2-minute summary of the movie. Right. So like you got to be careful too, especially because these trailers go out right away.
I think when we saw the trailers for Cocaine Bear, I was just like, what the hell is this movie going to be about? And then I saw the trailer and I was like, oh yeah, nope, don't want to see this.
And movie. I was like, I must see this. I'm like, I must see this tomorrow. Yeah. Amazing Anna was like, no. I'm like, come out now.
You're right. I'm so hyped to see that movie. I'm so excited to see that movie.
Oh my god!
Cocaine Bear, interesting.
And it's based on a true story too. But they said that the bear died. The bear died.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pablo Escobar.
I'm sorry, you already know how my mind works. I get lost.
Bringing in bears. Bears cannot be swimming in this water. And speaking of water, remember, if you're just joining in late, splash that subscribe, like, and comment button. Where are all the comments tonight? I'm feeling dry up here. No, we promised a very wet stream. Splash those comment buttons. We just want to be hit with a whole wave of comments.
Hold on, let me be back. I'm gonna come back real quick.
We want a whole wave of comments. All right, so let's be getting those comments.
I was excited that, and I was joining, and I was like, "Dang, that's like half our viewership."
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right.
He's like, I'm tired of reading your comments. Just come on the video.
I love your comments.
Just come on the video.
Well, right now we need more comments. So Amazing Anna, get into the comments. All right. Mega Movie Mom, I know you're out there. Leave some more comments. All right. Question 4 here. What did you think of the visuals in Avatar 2? Amazing Anna, focus. You really just went into the comments. Okay.
You did. You told me to go.
All right. What do we think? Because you were saying it looked all nice and everything.
Yes.
You already were getting to this question.
I was tripping out on some of the scenes. I was just like, oh my gosh, is this really happening? Like, I was actually trying to like grab the screen because of the 3D motions and stuff. And I was like trying to like touch the water as it goes by. Like, I was tripped out by these visuals. And let me remind you, I was sober. Okay. I was completely sober. Actually, I was drunk off popcorn. but other than that, I was
Don't forget the Coke Zero.
Oh yeah, the Coke Zero got me to a whole nother level, but yeah, the visuals were outstanding. For a moment, I was like, I can kind of see the animation, the technology that they used in it, but some parts I was like, is this real? Is this actually really real?
You had a good line. You were like, how did they do that?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, exactly.
I
was like, how'd they do that? Like, how did they make it look so damn good? Like the coral reefs, it literally felt like I was swimming with them. I was just like, let me hold my breath. When are they gonna go up water? I'm drowning down here. Like these visuals were outstanding and were phenomenal. Like I don't know. Like when I did my out of the theater reaction, I was speechless by these visuals. They captured my eyes and the fact that I'm blind. So
that's a good tagline for the movie. Make the blind man see. The amazing technology of James Cameron. All will be revealed. All right, Jesse. How do we feel about those visuals? Did you feel you were swimming out there?
Oh yeah, I was soaked. I think most of us already kind of said that we love the visuals. I thought they were absolutely beautiful. Just like Anna mentioned, being underwater, like I felt like they even stepped up. Obviously, they stepped up the visuals from the last movie because of all the years past. But just being underwater, that's a whole different area. All the movement down there, the lighting, like she mentioned, the coral reef, like the amount of lighting in the coral reef, you could tell kind of where you were in the depth. So you had the depth this way, but with the 3D, you also had it this way because there was one scene, without saying what was going on in the scene, the avatars were in the forest. You could clearly see them in the middle ground, the background, little unfocused, kind of like real life. But with the 3D, even the foreground, there was like some bushes and vines in the front that were blurry. So it created such good depth because you knew you were focusing in the middle and you had the blurry in the back and in the front. So it was absolutely gorgeous, all in the water. And even the 3D, I thought they added some special little moments like that you really felt like you were in the environment.
All right, let's go to Fish. How do we feel, Fish? Because you saw it on a 2D, right? So
Yeah,
your experience was a little bit different.
Yeah, it was a little bit different, but actually when I was working and I saw like most of the end of it, I actually grabbed a pair of the 3D glasses and popped them on, and it did look really great. Fantastic, actually. And even what I love about 3D movies nowadays is I was standing there watching it without the 3D glasses, and I could still get the whole picture of everything that was going on. It wasn't blurry. It wasn't like way out of focus. I could still see it and get the whole picture of it and enjoy it. But actually just sitting and watching the whole thing in 2D was still very nice. Now I wish you guys keep talking about it. I wish I had like sat and watched the whole movie in 3D. Like I said, I had seen a little bit of it, but now I wish I had watched the whole thing in 3D. But yes, visually it was gorgeous. I like the obviously Fish. I like the the animal aspect of all the marine life that they had going on. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Everything about those gave me very much Abyss vibes sometimes in that. So yeah, I really enjoyed the visual effects in this.
All right, and Last American Girl, how'd you feel?
I agree with Fish here that exactly that. Aliens and fish in a movie that's so packed with CGI, like that's the best combination that they could have done. So because the fish are so alien to us, they could design things on their computer and do that kind of thing and make it look so realistic. You could they brought it to life. It was incredible. I loved the graphics so much. But and this is the comment my mom made, was that the avatars, in order to have some continuation, the Na'vi, some continuation with the first movie, they kind of reverted the effects, I guess. So like the effect of the Na'vi people, it still looked a little outdated compared to how beautiful and majestic the newer creatures were. So I feel like it would have created too much of a disparity to improve on them, but I guess that's the downfall of doing a movie 13 years after.
Awesome. You guys are giving like great insight. I'm like, this is like a film history class. So
Yeah.
you guys know you're talking like the depth, the foreground, all this, like the past ones. Oh my goodness. This is great. Benny, so I know you're gonna hit us with that filmmaking knowledge. What do we get out of the visuals?
Well, I'm in the same boat as Fish. So I was doing the 2D. I didn't do the 3D, so I didn't get the whole 3D experience that you guys. But even with the 2D, I still think the visuals were great. Like you still felt like you were underwater. Luckily, I didn't have people around me, but like I can still feel like the whole environment, mainly for the underwater scenes, but even for the outer water scenes, like when they're bouncing on the little nets, I was like, this is awesome. And like I've been kind of disappointed with visuals in movies recently, talking about Marvel, because all the freaking CGI has been off. But this one kind of brought me back to it, so I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I know. Amazing. Anna, you have some things about the Marvel. What's it called? What do they use? Just like a sound stage, right? Or something like that now?
Yeah, I can totally see when like they blur the background, kind of like the portrait mode on iPhones if you have iPhones, where it blurs out the background and you see the people in front. And I'm like, what the hell is this crap? Like, what is this? They got so much damn money. Why are they wasting it on cheap? Why are they being cheap? Like, to me, it was just, I was pissed.
But yeah, this one did a great job. As everybody's saying, the visuals here are absolutely outstanding. To me, you go to this movie for the visuals. The visuals are the selling point here. Everything looked gorgeous from start to the end. All the Na'vi, amazing. Like, I thought these were like real blue people. I'm like, where'd you find the aliens? Like, did you like the casting director make some calls?
Yeah,
from other planets? Like, where'd you find these blue
I
people?
thought they were painted. I literally thought they were painted on, and they had some, the latex pieces on there. But after seeing those behind the scenes, they were just wearing little dots like sensors, and it was just a green screen in the back. I literally thought they were painted on. I was like, wow.
Yeah, and that just means how good it was. It was able to fool you and feel like, okay, there is a Pandora planet. And I know, Fish, you were talking about kind of like the wildlife in there, right? With all the creatures and the marine life. Those look super cool as well. All their designs, you almost thought they were real too. Everything looks so good.
Oh, the dogs, when they came at them, when they were coming, a scene where the dogs came and they were like growling at them, I was like, wow, they don't look robotic. Okay.
Yep. Nothing looked robotic in here. Everything looked very lifelike. I mean, as much as you can get, a fantasy world to look lifelike. It was amazing. Like, I was jaw dropped a lot of the movie. I'm just like, how are they doing this right here? I'm like so engrossed into the movie with this world right now. I'm like, I don't want to leave this world.
For
this
how
is
long it
amazing.
was, I probably want to go watch it again, but it's so damn long.
Amazing. Anna never said that, but we'll get to the runtime question. All right, so let's look at the comments here. Let's get to the comments.
I was gonna say something about the visuals. I love the fact that the two different Na'vi were two shades of blue.
Yeah.
I love that. The water was more
definitely
aqua tone, and the forest was more of a darker, to fit in with the forest, hide in the forest aspect, and to be able to, the marine ones were more of a lighter tone to fit in with more of the water. Yeah, so I love that as well. So
yeah, even their features, like their tails were like thicker. So it was really cool that detail was added in there, kind of how they evolved into that environment.
Right. Yeah, their hands were a little wider.
Definitely.
Oh my
God, are they gonna have like a fire island and they're gonna be looking like dragons over here? like a reddish color.
You're already writing the sequel.
The title already exists.
It doesn't take that long to come up with the script. But yeah, I mean, it just looked
They
great.
start spitting out fire. Okay, Charmander, calm down.
Yes, but yeah, I mean, you could really tell with the visuals on this one. Like James Cameron, he took time to look through it entirely, plan everything, because there was nothing in that movie that wasn't supposed to be there. Like every little speck there in the water, all the environments, the forest. It was like, it looked so good. It was absolutely amazing.
Even with a little bit of a human, like actual humans in this movie, along with the animated characters, looked great. Like the interaction between the two was very, very nice. You know how sometimes that can look a little wonky, but yes, yeah.
Oh yeah, it was seamless. It flowed together perfectly. It was so good. All right, let's look at these comments here. Let's see where we're at. All right, Craig says, how many years in the movie has passed, or do they start with Sam Washington waking up? So we're not going to get into spoiler details here. So I'm not going to be able to answer that, I don't think. But I mean, if you see the trailers, you kind of know how it goes.
I don't even know who Sam Washington is.
Yeah.
I don't even know who that is.
See, so it's like you don't even remember the story. Amazing Anna. Okay. Look who is in the chat. Amazing Anna, how are you in 2
Oh my
weeks?
goodness.
Wow. Evil twin out there. Another Anna. All right. We got Jared Runner in the house. Is that the Urakara
I was
Funko
looking
Pop?
at that. I was eyeing that.
You're rocking.
Yep.
We have the same one, but we have
cute.
we have the Chase metallic one.
Oh wow. Yeah, I have a whole mess of Funko Pops put away in my closet.
We have the whole room for them.
We need to do a stream where we all compare our Funko Pops.
Ooh,
Yes.
I put it on Instagram.
That's a
posted,
fun stream
few.
idea. Absolutely.
I only posted like a few on Instagram. I kind of stopped because I realized how many I'm getting.
You got addicted.
I did.
Mhm.
I did. They're so cute.
I never went down that rabbit hole. There are a few that I really, really want, but I have not bought one yet.
Yeah, don't do it, because once it starts with one,
Mhm.
it's like 10 and then
I've already got
100.
an addiction that's killing me over here.
Yeah.
So,
Can I show that off?
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Let's see that. Yeah, let's see that. Let's go full screen on
Is
that.
that the Harry Potter one or the
No, that's BTS.
I've never.
that is what I might buy. I am a Potterhead through and through. Oh my gosh.
Oh, they have Funko Pops of that too.
They have Funko Pops of everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Every fantasy character, even real people, like
I'm a
literally everything.
musician. I've got my Mark Hoppus and my Machine Gun Kelly.
The butter? I don't know what butter is. What is butter?
BTS.
Okay, that's what I was thinking, but I didn't want to
BTS.
before BTS audience comes at me.
It's because they're smooth like butter.
Oh, okay, that's what I was thinking when I heard the butter. I was like, smooth like butter.
All right, focus, and we are talking Avatar
My
here.
name is Dory.
There was no
I am
butter
Dory
in
today.
the movie.
I am the fish Dory today.
Okay, this is not Finding Nemo
Dory
either.
has
Okay.
came out of the scene. Okay.
All right, so fifth question here. What did we think of the story in Avatar 2? Once again, we're not going into any plot spoiler details. It's just kind of like a general overview. So, amazing, Anna.
So I
Don't
can't-
spoil it for everybody. No pressure.
I can't say that there was babies.
Okay, baby.
That was in the
Don't
trailer.
give any more specifications.
You've seen it in
There-
the trailers.
okay.
There's
Yeah,
babies.
it's in the trailer.
Anything in the trailers. Anything in the
Okay.
trailers.
So what did I think of the story of Avatar? I really thought it was the same like as Avatar 1. I talked about it already at the beginning of the first question when I answered the question wrong. But I thought it was kind of similar to the story of Avatar 1. I don't really think there was a difference. The only thing that they did was expand their support, their help, because it was already that because Jake, or what is his name, Jake, or what was it?
Jake Sully.
Yeah, okay, there's
Jake
I
Sully.
was about to say Sully, but I was like, wait, that's Monsters Inc. over here. Disney, okay.
Oh, blue,
Yeah, both blue, yeah. So that with Jake, like this, the only thing was, Jake was human, or he was human. He was human, and he was helping.
The tropical weather on Pandora is no joke, okay? Very humid out there.
So he was already one of the Navis. He was already helping and adapting to their environment and stuff, and he was trying to help them with the military, So in the second Avatar, he's already a Navi character, because if you saw Avatar 1, it ended where he was in the tree and he actually got to become a Navi. So if you didn't see Avatar 1, that's your fault. That was not a spoiler.
Are you in the stream for part 2?
Yeah. So he was. So I don't know. It was kind of like trying to help his environment.
So did you like
he was
the
trying
story?
to save his lifeline.
Whatever about the story. What was it?
To me, there was a little bit more, but that was like more side stories, if anything. But the overall story was saving your culture, saving your environment, saving your land. So it's kind of something that we already face now, in the real life. So I thought it was similar.
All right, Jesse, what did you think of the story?
Visuals were amazing. The story, I think, was
I love how you give a compliment first to it. You're like,
yeah,
okay,
before I lead in.
The visuals were really good.
The story, the thing is, the story was kind of like the generic kind of story, like we mentioned earlier, about saving, without giving detail. So it was kind of a story that you've seen before in movies. There was also parts of the story that I wish was explained more, because sometimes I had questions just because I felt like they didn't explain it enough. But the movie was already like over 3 hours long, so they probably didn't have time to. So the story probably wasn't the strongest point of it. I didn't mind. I was blown away again by the visuals. I was happy to be in the environment, so I think that's why I was kind of okay. This story was kind of very similar. But yeah, that's how I felt about the story. I just wish they would have explained some things a little more too.
But then that would have been like the 4-hour cut of the movie.
Yeah,
and that'll be the 4K director's cut that we'll get in about 20 years when he's done with all of the movies. Story-wise, for me, it wasn't the strongest. It really wasn't. It started out to be one way, like their rebellion. I'm not going to get into it, but I mean, it's still talking about stuff from the first one. So, what am I trying to say without giving away too much? And then it became like a more of a revenge kind of hunt down kind of story, and I gotta save my family, which I'm fine with. But is I don't know, the way it ended. Is that what? Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't too hyped on the story. Visually, once again, visually gorgeous, but the story was a little weak for me. It was, yeah.
So before it gets into more detail, I would say it's hard to be able to give a story or say something without giving the movie away. He gave me a face when I said it was hard. He just I was like, let me clarify.
You want to talk, but then you might say one thing that's a bit too much.
All right. So, Last American Girl.
Okay.
What do you think?
Try not to give away spoilers. Story felt a little recycled, but I think that's kind of what he's going here with the Avatar. I think his main focus is on the visuals. So the story, it keeps it going, but you go there, as we've already discussed, you go see this for the visuals, not the story. But the story itself, it kept me entertained.
That's it. Simple as that. It's just Benny, were you in a mood?
Yes, definitely. I definitely agree with everyone. The story was weak. It was the weakest part of the whole thing, but they're banking off the visuals, which makes sense because I have seen this story before. Coming out of it, I was like, oh, why is it so familiar? I couldn't think of which movie it was based off of, but it was weak, like I said, because it was basically a different story, just an alien version of something else. Like they could have cut some stuff out in the middle or even in the third act, and it still could have fit the same story. So weak, yeah, it's the best way to describe it.
All right, so everybody was tough on this one. So now I got to play devil's advocate again. Now I'm going to have to defend it just a little bit. Yes, it is a story we have seen many, many times. Your typical revenge story.
Yep.
But I will say I did feel more entertained by this story over the first Avatar story. Now, I don't know why exactly.
There was more action.
There was more action. I think that helped.
Yeah.
That definitely helped.
There was more scenes
Mhm.
towards it than just the
Yes.
story. Like there was more action. There was more movement instead of just like a lecture story. That's what I think it was.
And I did also like the kind of side quest stories as well. I did like the family dynamics. I thought to see their interactions with the other Na'vi tribes and to see, okay, basically, you know, they have different ways of doing things. And I like that dynamic. So I thought that was interesting. So even though it was long, it was drawn out, I thought that kind of gave me something to think about a little bit more. And then you get the action thrown in there, a lot more explosive action towards the end, but some good action at the beginning as well, also kind of sprinkled in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought this was a big improvement over the first story. Still don't think it was mind-blowing or anything like that because it is something we've seen before. You know, it's a revenge story. I mean, how many ways can you do a revenge story?
Yeah.
And they added more characters.
They did have more characters.
By another character that they added, I was like, "What's the point?" Then once they got to like the little bit of the end, I was like, "Oh, this is the reason why."
Yes, and we'll get the characters on the next question here. But overall, I will say, once again, not the best story I've ever seen. It's an improvement. Now, is it a good enough story to last over time? That's where I'm kind of worried with it. I don't think the story is going to have staying power. And because visuals can definitely age in time, I mean, you give it another 30, 50 years. If you don't have an amazing story, are people going to forget about this one just because it was so focused mostly on the visuals rather than a brand new creative story? It's not like, ooh, Terminator 2, right? Those are very original stories.
Yeah.
That's why those stories, they just have become timeless in a way.
I think it's going to be a repeated story, but with new islands, like now the fire ones.
Yes, but once again, that can age out very quickly. So hopefully, you know, on the next one, so even do something to kind of spice up the story a little bit, because I think it's improving. If we can keep the improving, you know, going up, then I think that can work out well. All right, but let's check into the comments here, see if anybody's in the comments. Let's see, what do we got here? Craig, yes, Craig is sticking with us. Thank you, Craig. I appreciate it. Which movie ranks number 1 now for the year? Oh, mine's still, of course, Top Gun Maverick, no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yep.
I've seen so many movies I don't even know.
All right, let's take a look at question 6 now. So you were kind of alluding to this, Amazing Anna, thinking about any characters that stood out to you in this one. Once again, we're not going to give any spoilers on what, you know, final plot details that they did, but I mean, you should know most of the characters from the trailers anyway, and from the first movie. So, Amazing Anna, any character, and you don't have to go through all of them, just any ones that you
the ones that really stood out to me that I really like was Kitty. I think that was her name, Kitty.
There was Kitty in here?
Yeah, I wish I had subtitles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Kitty, right?
Yeah, Kitty. Yeah.
Kitty, something like that.
Yeah.
Like there's a kitty cat here.
No, I don't know. I thought it was Kitty.
It sounds it's Kitty or Kitty or so it's right in that wheelhouse, right in that
I'm
little.
gonna go with Kitty, okay? They don't like water, but apparently this kitty did.
Oh my goodness.
I appreciate that.
Oh my goodness. But I guess this was one you would say that was okay getting wet.
Yes, this was.
This kitty likes it.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
Why am I?
The PG stream.
Yes, I know with the PG stream. Come on.
Parental guidance suggested.
Suggested, exactly. Suggested, not guaranteed. Suggested.
Okay, go along with your kitty.
Anyways, we're live. Get yourself together. Get yourself
Focus
together.
on the kitty.
Okay, kitty. Well, we'll come back. We're gonna have a little break real quick. But anyway, yeah. So Kitty, she stood out to me more. I'm all about like. I feel like life everything in earth or this world is alive. I have that connection to like nature, water, everything is living, and the way that she projected her character was really great. The way that she was like in the water and just enjoying life is just like how I feel. So I feel like I connected to that one. She's very happy and, you know, very perky, and that's me. I'm very happy, excited. Everything has life. Everything is beautiful. Again, I was sober. Okay. But it just, I don't know, that character just gave me a lot of emotion, and I just connected a lot to that. I'm not a mother, so I couldn't really connect to the mother figures or anything like that. I am a dog mom, but it wasn't like connecting to like my own human child that I don't have, you know, so I didn't have that connection there. So I felt more connected to Kitty. Whew, okay.
All right. So you got through the perky kitty.
Perky wet kitty.
Yeah, I have to agree that Kitty is also the one that stood out to me. I really want to know more about her. I feel like you could make a movie just about her.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would agree. And for the same reasons too. I loved how she was just connected with nature. And I feel like that's like the main thing for the Na'vi is being connected with nature. And she was so connected with nature, even considering like her background and stuff. But I really want to see a movie just about her, honestly. I want to see where she goes.
I agree. Everybody like Kitty.
Hey, I'm right there. Team Kitty. Hashtag Team Kitty. Yeah, no, once again,
That's going to be our hashtag.
But like they said, she was so connected with their way, with the new way of living. It was so cool, you know, because she came from the forest, and to be connected with the water in that way, it was great. She stood out to me. One of the other ones. Oh my gosh, what's his? Loak, that's the second son. Yeah. Really, really great. Loved his story, his little side story, because like Mike, you talked about story wise, they had a couple side stories, and those two side stories for me were really, really awesome. I really enjoyed both of those. So those two characters stood out a lot to me. I really enjoyed Spider as well. So yeah, those characters, I kind of latched onto story wise.
Yeah, it was Loak.
Loak, yeah.
Oh, and it's Kiri.
Kiri.
I feel like you pronounce it almost like
R sounded like a D.
I thought it was
Kitty.
Kitty too. I thought the little girl kept saying Kitty.
That's Monsters Inc.
Oh.
That's with Sully. What's going on? Are you thinking of Monsters Inc?
No, I swear in the movie that's what she kept saying.
Oh, me.
Wake up. Wait, we are live here. Get focused.
Okay, second son, I don't remember his name. I know we just said it, but Him.
Loak.
Loak. Yes. And again, trying not to give too much away, but the way this movie was made, it's just like there's kind of it's the whole point, right? It's a tree, and this tree has branches, and these branches are side stories. And some of these side stories are just so good, and they keep you entertained. This is what keeps you watching this 3-hour movie. But his storyline was just my favorite. It kept me intrigued. I don't know, because sometimes you just need to raise a little hell.
Right. Yeah. Because he was always getting into something, but yeah.
Yep.
All right. Speaking of getting into something,
Middle child right there.
Aww.
That's fair. That's fair. For me, I would choose the whole water tribe, the Metcallinas, mainly because I liked seeing the difference between them and the forest people, like with their tails to help them traverse the water, their fins on their arms, their webbed hands and feet, and then the fact that they're based off the Maori people with all the tribal tattoos and doing that tongue thing. That I thought that was cool. I thought that was a nice little callback to them. And then the main chief is played by Cliff Curtis, who is of that descent, so he's probably able to help throw in his 2 cents in it. So I really enjoyed those characters. Yeah, so that's my pick outside of the Stoley family.
nice picks, everybody. All right, so we didn't give no love to the daddy avatar. Daddy Stoley. Why we give no love to the daddy over here? Okay. What do you mean? Everybody knows he's the daddy.
Nobody
Did we
knows
not?
that.
Did we
Nobody
not
knows
know
that.
he was
I
daddy?
know Maury.
Not officially.
Maury didn't say.
That's getting too into the story.
Well, now you all know. Okay. All right, daddy avatar then. We don't know who it is. Okay, daddy avatar. That's to me who the whole story was based upon, because it was a lot from his perspective. Yeah, we did have the side stories in there, but the dad was trying to just do what was best for his family, and I thought that was a really good perspective to it. It's like, what does he do? Does he abandon the tribe? What does he do with the family? How does he defend them? All that stuff. And I thought that was crucial to the story. And I like seeing just how he interacted with all the children and his wife, and then the other tribe too, trying to stay level-headed, keep everybody going together. But he was just getting tons of stuff thrown at him, and he had to deal with it. That's how it goes. But I thought he did a great job as the daddy avatar. Yep. So we gotta shout him out just a little bit.
I think he was overplayed already, from the first one. So
Oh my goodness! You cannot care about
I disagree there.
I'm talking. It's the new characters now, like Kitty.
Oh
She
my
could
gosh,
breathe
you and
underwater.
your kitty.
She could breathe underwater.
Mhm.
Like, whoa. Like, I don't know if you guys saw that scene where, like, the kids were struggling, but she just was under there for the longest time. Like, it was like, what?
Do it like a natural, yeah.
Yeah, it was just natural. Like,
Yeah.
maybe she's a connection to all
Yeah.
Pandora.
Yeah.
And maybe that kind of goes back to the story question. Like, we're talking about all these side stories, but the strength of the main story, it seems like the strength was more in the side stories, and maybe that's kind of what we wanted a little more of.
Hey, well, there you go.
Yeah.
You get
Yeah,
spin-off
that's good.
series now and all that. All right, let's see. No more comments here. Let's see.
How many viewers?
No more comments. Where did everybody go?
We're not PG-13.
What is going on here? We have lost everybody. All right, we gotta bust it out again. Okay, we're feeling dry over here.
Yep.
Even if you're watching on the replay, okay, maybe you went to bed early, but on the replay, when you wake up and you're watching this, make sure you splash that subscribe, like, and comment button. That way we can at least feel the wetness later. Okay. It's too dry right now. It's too dry.
Let's get wet.
Yeah, Betty, I love the enthusiasm. All right, that is great. That's exactly what we need. Betty's like, bring it on. This is the party I wanted. Daddy.
I'm going to flash dance on us.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Don't imagine if you said squirt
Yep.
Fortnite.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
What is going on?
Like Squirtle, where's your
that
guys'
gets some views.
We're gonna get banned. We are
on.
definitely getting
We're
banned.
gonna get one of those ratings,
This
and people
is
are gonna
getting
have to sign in to watch this.
Yes. Mm,
I'm talking about Pokemons over here. I don't know what your guys are talking about.
okay.
I think
Okay.
it's after midnight on the East Coast, so I think we're good.
Ooh, yes. We
Oh,
are
there you
the
go.
Adult Swim channel now. Yes,
Adult
Adult
Swim.
Adult Swim, they're still getting wet.
All right. Focusing up here. Question 7. How did you feel about the runtime after watching? Because this was a long one, in for the long haul on this one. I know, Amazing Anna, you don't love the long movies so much.
No.
So how do we feel about
I'm
it?
a person that needs to be at home where I have the movie in the background and I'm like doing 10 other things while still listening to the movie, but doing those other 10 things. And then eventually I'll end up sitting down and watch the movie eventually. But yeah, when I first asked him, I was like, oh yeah, this movie's like any like Marvel DC movie. Or I was more like Marvel movie, like a 2-hour, 3-hour movie. He goes, no, it's almost like a 4-hour movie. And I just went, what?
Yeah, this is like a Justice League Snyder cut right here.
I was like, what? 4 hours? I'm like, are they gonna like cut the movie in half where like they're gonna give us a break to go use the restroom? He goes, no, they're playing the whole movie. I was like, oh well, I'm gonna have to go to the restroom eventually.
So how many breaks did you have to take?
I actually only took one break. I went to the restroom before the movie started, so I was like, oh, let me prepare myself. And then I didn't really drink that Coke Zero that much, so, since it was too cold. I was already feeling cold, so I didn't really get thirsty or anything like that. So I only took one break, and that was it. I think the movie was so good that I didn't want to take breaks, I guess.
All right, Jesse, did you have to take any breaks during this movie?
So I'm also like Anna, where I do not like long movies. It took me a couple years until I finally found time to sit down and watch Avengers Endgame. Yeah, I finally watched that this year. But yeah. But because I love the environment, which I always go back to the environment because I felt like I was there. I felt like I was in the water getting wet with them. So I'm okay with the time. I didn't have to take any breaks because I was so immersed in the film. So it was all right.
Ooh, so 0 breaks. Ooh. That's impressive. Very impressive.
Because when it's cold, that makes me actually have to use the restroom.
Fish, we know you are one with the water. Did we have to take any breaks?
Yes, I actually did, but I did wait until I hit a point where I had already seen it from the work time. So when I was sitting down actually watching it from start to finish, I didn't take a break until I was like, all right, I've already seen this scene. I'm going to run and take my break and come back because I've already seen it. So I already know what happens. I'm not going to miss anything. So yeah, I did take a break, but I timed it. So it was right there at the right time. But the runtime, it was crazy because working it is different because you're waiting for it to end. You're not enjoying it. You're not like, oh my God, this movie is so fantastic. You're like, oh my God, when am I going to get out of here? Kind of thing. Because I'm at work. So it was a different feel. Like when I was at work, I was like, oh my God, this is dragging on forever and ever and ever. Because it's 3 hours, it's 3 hours. And I'm not technically watching it some of the time, so I'm not enjoying it. But when I was actually enjoying it, I was like, where am I? I know like the part I started watching at work is coming up soon. But I looked at my phone and I was like, wow, I've already been watching this for almost 2.5 hours. So it kind of went like that story wise and stuff. And like they kept it moving is what I was going for. Now, like I said, when I was working it, it felt like it was dragging on forever. But actually, being in it and watching it, they did well with the time. I think there could have been some things that could have been shortened, little things cut out, like but other than that, I didn't mind it too much. Could have been less than 3 hours, yeah, sure, but you know, it is what it is now. But yeah.
All right, Last American Girl. I know you have to take some breaks, even sometimes during the live streams. You got to take the breaks. So, how many breaks did we get to in this movie?
Shockingly, 0.
0 breaks.
Oh,
Wow.
Mhm.
Did you have to
Anna and
prep
I have had
yourself
this
for that?
conversation. Yeah, Anna and I have had this conversation that, especially during Marvel movies, I just have to get up. I have to walk, even if I don't have to use the bathroom. I have to get up just so I can come back and refocus.
Mhm.
Yeah. But this movie just kept me so immersed, so focused. I personally didn't think it wasted any time. My biggest problem with the Marvel movies right now is that, first of all, the battle scenes are drawn out. That's usually when I take my break to go to the bathroom. With this movie, the battle was just the right amount where I didn't want to get up and leave, and yeah. And also a big problem with Marvel and superhero movies right now is that they waste too much time on how they get there, how they get to the place. I don't need to see that kind of like smooth transition into it. What I really liked about this movie was that anytime there was a scene change, it would turn to black and we would move on with the story.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So you were okay with the runtime then overall?
It was necessary. It was fine.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Benny, how many breaks did you take?
1 break.
One
I was
break.
like, okay, that's all I really needed was 1 break. Yeah, but it was at a slow part in the movie, so I was like, okay, I can get away with it.
Yeah, that was me
So
too.
after watching it, yeah, same minds.
Mhm.
After watching it, I was like, they could have cut some parts out, and it still would have flowed the same. So I wasn't a huge fan of the 3 hours and 12 minutes. I think they still could have cut it, and it would have been fine. But it was good for what it was. I understand why it was that long. I'm not going to go for like a 9-hour movie, so I understand them cutting it down to 3. This ain't no Zack Snyder Justice League type of deal. So it was good.
Yes, and for me, I'm another 0 breaks, so I did not leave at all. I could not take my eyes off the screen. I could not do it. I'm like, I don't want to miss any of this gorgeous scenery. Like, everything looks so cool. Everything looks really nice, and I don't know how I got through it because I'm like, I was drinking a lot of drinks before. I was thirsty. I was going through that large Pepsi Zero. And I'm like, I'm going to have to use the restroom. I'm going to have to at least take 1 break, if not even 2, because I know I've done maybe a couple breaks in some longer movies, ones that, maybe I'm not as interested in. But for this one, I could not do it. I'm just like, I'm laser focused in on this screen. I cannot leave it for 1 second. I don't want to miss it. And then also I had another thought in my head. Well, if I leave it, then I'm like, I need to go back and watch it again. I'm like, because the movie is so long to begin with, I don't want to make another trip to go watch another, 3 and something hours to get, 5-10 minutes back, however long it takes. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me fight through it. And I kind of checked my phone too. And I think I was getting to about that 2.5 hour mark too. And that like flew by. So I'm like, okay, about like an hour or so left. Can I make it through it? I'm like, oh, I can do it. I can do 1 more hour. And then after that, I like totally stormed out. I'm like, okay, let me go to the. I know there's no end credit scene. Let me go.
You guys are troopers, especially with it being around water that much.
Yeah. And Amazing Anna, you usually like if there's a movie Amazing Anna is not interested in, she'll take a bunch of breaks. I mean, I showed you like a 2-hour movie you weren't feeling, and you like took like what 2 or 3 breaks. So you took a nap in the movie. I mean, you took like 2 breaks. I mean, yeah. And that
I
was
woke
like
up
a
and I was like,
2-hour
shoot.
movie.
Oh shit, we're still in this movie.
So to me,
Is this a double feature? What are we doing here?
Yeah.
So
Well, with me, it's like I was stuck in the movie. I didn't want to leave, but I'm not gonna pee my pants. Like I gotta go.
Hey, I hear you.
Screw it. People are gonna start smelling fish up in here. They're definitely
maybe that's where the wet came from. Now that yeah, but yeah, so I was happy with the runtime, and usually I'm that person where I'm like, I don't like long run times. Very rarely do I see a movie over 3 hours, and I'm like, oh, you know what, that runtime was justified. Even like Avengers Endgame, I'm like, oh, you know what, I could have cut parts here and there, some of the middle, let's trim that down a little bit. I think it's I think this is the third movie in my personal just history where I'm like, okay, I'm okay with the over 3 hour runtime. Most movies, I'm like, nope, you can cut 15, 30 minutes, 45 minutes.
Yeah, I felt like this one they didn't need
This
to cut
one,
anything. It was
I
perfect.
loved it. I thought it was all great, even all the side quests. I mean, to me, I'm like, this is crucial character development. And not only that, it just looks so darn good. So it's like, I cannot leave this.
And it's not like they didn't have like different little side quests that didn't make sense. Everything made sense. It was put together perfectly at the end. Every little thing made all sense. We're like, oh, okay, this makes sense. Oh, this makes sense. Not like, why did they put this in here? This makes no damn sense. This doesn't involve anything. Okay.
Yeah, like a Thor Love and Thunder.
Yeah, like you're wasting money on some scenes. Okay, just pay the actors and actors instead. More money.
All right, so let's take a look at these comments here. Let's see, because I see a few comments. Let's see, who do we got here? All right, Ben Grimm says, they Agent Smith that Quatric guy, like it doesn't feel like he was going to be the main villain, but proved popular, so they changed focus him. Okay. All right, Ben Grimm says almost 3 hours, 30 minutes with the trailers. I mean, I think we had our trailers going along. Were our trailers like 30 minutes?
They were at least that.
I thought our trailers were super long.
I will be back in just 1 second.
No worries. Yeah, because we started at, I don't know, like it was supposed to start 1:30 or something, like 2. We got out like
1:35 or something.
Yeah, it was like dark when we got out. It was like almost 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
So
as far as the trailers go, so we got to the movie like 10 minutes after it started, so we missed like part of the trailers, and then we'd gone to the mall beforehand, and they forgot to take the security tag off one of the items I bought. So I had time to go back to the mall to get it removed, to come back. I like walked by a store and I was like, hey, I kind of like that. Let me go buy it. And I bought it. And then I was like, they're not going to let me take this into the theater. So let me go put this in my car. And I got back and I still got 2 trailers.
Oh my goodness.
Either you're a fast walker, a fast swimmer, or you're doing some little side quest that they stopped the movie for you.
But I mean, those trailers, they can be no joke. And it's weird too, because like for some movies, I feel like I'll go a little bit later on purpose, but then I'm like, oh, I missed like 2 minutes of the beginning. Then other times, like I'll go way later and I'm like, oh, yep, still like 5 more trailers.
They probably thought like this movie's gonna be so long. Let's expand the trailer so people have enough time to get their popcorn and concessions, go use the restroom, and then come back and then begin the movie.
All right, Fish, give us some inside baseball on this one.
I was gonna tell you from working in a modern theater right now, being one of them being Regal, and I guess Mike and Anna, you guys go to Regal. Okay, so well, our personal, we've always done this though. Even when it was a little private theater, it was privately owned. It was called Warren Theater, and Regal bought it. But anyways, we opened the doors 30 minutes before showtime, and opening the door 30 minutes before showtime was 15 minutes before actual ads started, and then ads played for about 10 minutes, and then the trailers started. and then however long, how many trailers they had in there, and then into the movie. But what's crazy is back when it was Warren, they actually had a light show in the big Grand Infinity. So if you had a Marvel movie, they'd do the Avengers theme with a light show and blah, blah, blah. Or if it was a Star Wars movie, they'd have a Star Wars theme, blah, blah, blah. And that added to the length of it, of you being in there. Yeah, so they took that out, but still, yes, 30 minutes before the movie starts. So, which is actually when the lights go down, and then you've got like 10 minutes more of trailers. So about 40 minutes if you get there. Yeah.
It's like almost a whole hour. Dang.
Yeah, for this one, it's like you need to
Wow.
plan a day for this movie. Like if you're gonna see Avatar, this one, like you gotta schedule, especially like if you're gonna eat food too. Like, which, how could you not? Because it's such a long movie, you're gonna be hungry. You plan either food before or after. I mean, you're there 6 hour commitment.
I was definitely hungry and thirsty after
Yep.
this movie.
Oh,
that's
see,
the
that's why I got a
beauty-
pizza.
Oh,
I ate a pizza during the movie.
I got one too.
Two slices, girl.
But see, if I would have eaten or anything, like I ate some popcorn, but I felt like if I would have done that, I would have had to use the restroom more. So I was
Yeah,
like,
I grabbed me a pizza, some Reese's Pieces, and a water. I was set.
yeah,
Nope.
Tony,
Bring snacks? I don't
Coke Sour Patch.
popcorn.
we should have
And we shared a
snuck in the
Coke.
pretzels. Should have snuck in the pretzels. I told you.
you can't do that. Amazing.
Okay,
And,
what we do?
Fish.
fish is
You don't
here.
know
Fish
it.
will
You
go.
know what? You know what? As long as you throw it away and I don't have to clean it up, that's fine. But if
Oh, I do
you
that.
buy something from me, I'm happy to clean that up.
Oh no, I throw it away all the time. I'm always throwing away my stuff.
We
All
started
right.
with the Red Bulls and the little vodkas.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
Hide the evidence. You throw away the evidence. Don't.
Oh,
keep
of
it out.
course, of course.
Oh, see, the thing
No,
of beauty
I've
of
gone in with the
mine-
whole pizza
beauty of
before.
mine is mine's all inclusive. That's what I do. I'm a bartender and I'm a server at my theater, and I do full service. We serve food, drinks, popcorn, candy, the whole shebang.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
drinks be messing me up. I'd be having those
Yep.
drinks get done at the movie theater. Definitely, they mess you up. I'm at the movie. I'm like, am I here at the movie? Am I drunk right now?
No, I've done all days. I've done all days up there. They had a Quentin Tarantino on, and I watched one downstairs, and then went
Oh.
upstairs and had some drinks, and then watched the other two upstairs. Good day.
All right, and then Cinestiff says, imagine watching the best of youth. It's almost 7 hours. You won't have much youth after you see that movie. I've never heard of that movie before.
Half a day.
7 hour
That's more than half a
movie.
day.
I can't
Have you
do
seen
it.
it, Mike?
No, 7
No?
hours. No, like 4 hours is my limit.
Isn't the slogan here that you watch the movie so we don't have to?
Not that one. No, not that one. Sorry, you are all on your own on that
She
one.
got you.
That was
on
good.
that. I can't
I've-
save you on that.
But I
one.
haven't
Yeah.
heard of that
No, I
movie.
can't
Has
save you.
anybody heard of that movie?
I haven't.
I'm guessing it's probably foreign language film then, is
Okay.
my guess.
I'll
I've
search it up
never
right
heard of
now.
it. But
Best
because I've
of
heard of
you.
movies being like 18 hours and stuff, but I'm like, yeah, no. I'm just,
The only one I go like all in on, like really, really long, has its own intermission is Ten Commandments. I watch that every Easter.
that's
So
the other movie I will say justifies an over 3 hour runtime. To me,
Gone
the
with the
Ten
Wind
Commandments.
has an intermission.
yeah.
Yeah, Gone with the Wind. Yep.
But even I'm like, they could have cut that movie in half. I'll
Yeah,
take
they
the
could.
first half and I'm good.
There you go. Oh,
Um,
it's a 2003 movie. It's rated R, and it's 6 hours and 40 minutes movie.
wow.
Yeah.
And it talks
Oof.
about social and political upheaves of the rocks, their native Italy. So it's about Italy. I don't know if it's a
Italian.
foreign film or not.
Mm.
But it was in 2003
Mm-mm.
or released in 2003.
But yeah, this Avatar, so Avatar 2 now will say, yep, justified over 3 hours, the 10 Commandments, and Schindler's List. That's the only 3 movies I'm okay with over 3 hours. Every other movie, I'm like, no, you could have cut some out.
Isn't Titanic over a long
Is
movie?
Titanic over 3
Titanic is
hours?
pretty long too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
I
it-
was in
Yeah, I'm
two
pretty sure.
separate
They cut
VHS
that.
tapes.
You mean
That was
VHS?
a two VHS tape one.
There you
Yep.
go.
Yeah, but even that movie, I'm like, I could have cut some middle part out. I love the
Exactly,
movie, but
Mike,
I'm like, I could have cut
Yeah.
some middle part.
Wait,
Yeah.
Our
Pearl
Titanic
Harbor, wasn't that
expert
one
there,
3 hours?
American Girl. What's
Yeah, that's the
runtime
one
on
we
that?
have.
Yo,
That's the
let's see it.
VCR
Let's
tape.
show. Take us back
I
to a
have that
time.
same one.
Oh wow,
Before
you're
time.
taking me back to the
There you go.
90s.
Yep.
Yes, girl, yes.
I have that one too.
What was the runtime last American Girl?
It doesn't actually say. I'm shocked.
It doesn't give you the runtime. They're like, we don't even want you to know. Just watch
Yeah,
it.
but it took up 2 DVDs and it lights up.
It lights up.
Oh,
What?
she got the fancy. Made
No,
Oh,
no,
that's cool. That's fancy.
but
It's 3 hours and 14 minutes.
jeez.
No.
I knew
Yeah,
that.
worth it.
That
Yeah,
could be
worth
cut out of 15-30 minutes for sure.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah, definitely. Jack.
There's a comment. There's a comment. I forgot about this one. Cleopatra. Is that
Ooh, I haven't seen that one.
I think that's Elizabeth Taylor or Tim Burton or Tim Burton.
I'm like, I'm kind of interested in the movie with Tim Burton.
That'd be cool.
Richard Burton. Elizabeth Taylor, Richard Burton. Yeah, I think that one's 4 hours. Yeah.
You've been watching too much Wednesday or what?
I actually haven't even touched Wednesday yet. Oh.
Ooh, it's so good so far.
Yeah, I'm in love with it.
I've
Mhm.
been fit.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Halfway.
And Wednesday dance over there. What's
I
going
don't
on?
have Netflix right now, and I haven't had Netflix in a while because they didn't really have anything that I wanted to watch. And now, since they've like kicked out so much new stuff, like I'm behind on my Cobra Kai, I'm behind on my Stranger Things, I'm behind on some stuff. So now I'm thinking I might get back. I'm like John Wick. I'm thinking I'm back. You know, I might check it out again.
I'm on vacation, so Stream needs to pull up on some movies because I got nothing to do.
And we're literally like surrounded by hundreds of movies right now. But she does not want to put in a disc.
I am a streamer.
Mm.
Oh yeah,
man.
no. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't mind it, but I love.
Yeah.
I love
My internet has been being
We
so
we
down
like our
lately
disc
that I
with
have
holes,
to.
okay?
Okay, I guess.
I like my art. I like my
Yeah.
art.
I guess.
All right, Movie Hunter 2020 in the chat. Evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Movie Hunter. You're always jumping on my streams now. I appreciate it so much. Thanks for being here. Movie Hunter says, I didn't drink or eat all day before the movie. Wow, you were dedicated. You're like, I definitely don't want to have to go, but don't pass out during the movie. You're like,
Did you get a headache?
hungry and thirsty. This is an experience.
One with the water.
Yeah, like why am I seeing like
One
all
with the
this? I'm like,
Maybe he ate mushrooms.
A religious.
no, he didn't drink or eat anything.
Maybe he ate them during the
That's
movie.
eating.
During the movie.
Why would he eat it during?
Specifies before the
Haven't you
movie.
heard-
He doesn't say anything about during.
Haven't you heard the
Please
news
clear that up,
right
movie
now?
hunter.
The
Yes,
thing
Movie
they're talking
Hunter, we
about,
must know.
They're saying people are
When did
taking
you consume
mushrooms.
food?
They're eating mushrooms while watching the Avatar movie. Did you not hear this? That's what I've been saying. I've been
I don't think I
sober.
hear.
Oh my goodness. All right, Craig says, yeah, Cleopatra is 4 hours. Sin Stiff says, Andy Warhol's Empire's 8 hours.
Isn't he?
What's time for this?
Yeah,
he
that
like
one
a
I'm gonna
painter?
pass
Oh.
on. I don't know.
Is he
8
I
hours
don't see what
though?
you guys saying. God knows, sir.
Isn't he like a painter or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's an artist. He's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
8 hours though. That's literally like, oh my gosh. Like even when you split that up, that's like 3-4 days.
Ooh,
Oh
he
my
had a
goodness.
pretzel.
Oh
That's
yes.
what I was talking
Movie
about.
Hunter
Oh,
reveals
okay,
that
so
I
you
had a
think during the
pretzel
movie.
bite and
Right.
smart water during the
During the movie, he didn't have anything
During-
before.
So you broke your fast during the movie. Yeah.
I wanted to take pretzel bites into the movie too, and he was like, "No."
All right, let's see where we're at.
Directions.
I know.
Yes, we must support the theaters to keep them in business.
Next time I'm
Yeah.
taking pretzels. Okay.
At least something. At least a soda, a water.
Yeah. I do.
Yeah.
Except when you don't have no Coke Zeros, then or Pepsi Zeros.
Oh, don't make me go back to like it was like there was no Pepsi Zero for like 6 months at my Regal. I'm like, what is going on? It was like a shortage on Pepsi Zero. I'm like, what is happening here?
Yeah,
What
it was
is
crazy. It was crazy. Yeah, no, trust me. Right after the pandemic and everything like that, everything was jacked. Trust me, I know. I'm so sorry, folks. Yeah, that was my phrase. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
He is our Regal
We're out of that at the
representative.
moment. Can I offer you something else?
Yes,
Yeah.
Regal.
Promotion.
Regal.
Promotion,
Promote
Regal.
this.
Yeah.
Are you
Yes.
He needs a promotion.
All right, let's see where we're at. Yes, question 8 here. Did it meet your expectations? So amazing, Anna. Did it meet it?
It was splashtacular. Okay, definitely.
Another movie
Definitely
tagline.
whetted my expectations.
Miss Honey over
Okay.
here.
It definitely like I don't remember the trailers, so from seeing the first one was kind of a little too boring for me. Like I was like, what's going on? There's not a lot of action going on in there. It was a lot of storytelling than a lot of action. And I I love my action. I
She
need some
does.
splashity splash
She
in my
does.
face.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like a completely different stream right now.
Like I need something slappity slap my face to keep me away. So I was missing that part that you got that I didn't. So,
We are now into NC-17. This is Mega Mike After Dark. Okay, this is
so
making it nasty, Mike.
Why do your
Yeah.
streams always end up this way, Mike?
I know they always take a turn. It always starts off very tamed, and then
Like a D&D game.
what
gets
can you
wild.
say? It was raining fish, okay? So overall it definitely met my expectations. When I left that movie, I was in awe. I was just shocked. I was speechless. I was amazed. Like I said right now, like I want
You
to
were
go.
amazing, Anna. You were amazing.
I was amazed. I want to go watch it again. I this time I actually want to experience the wedding part. Yeah, I don't know how you got that, but I definitely want to experience it the next time. So please
Well,
let me know.
I'll make it
And I'll
happen.
make sure to bring my poncho just in case, okay? And you gotta let me know where's the splash zone so I can sit in the right place,
Everywhere.
okay?
Oh man.
Sorry, Jesse, for this kind of stream. They're
No, it's
not
hilarious.
always like this. They're not always like this
This
one.
is why I don't get invited. This is why I don't get invited to the live.
Oh, man. I would definitely say that it was better than my expectations. I did not have any expectations because I didn't really remember too much of the first movie. I didn't watch any of the trailers for Avatar 2. So I was just there for the ride and I enjoyed the swim.
I bet you did. I bet you did.
All right, speaking of enjoying swims, Fish, how was the swim for you?
No, it was great. I actually did enjoy this. Did it meet expectations? Yeah, because I didn't really have any. I was just hoping for a good movie. And I knew visually it was going to be great. Story-wise, no, did not meet my expectations. But once again, visually, it carried it along. Some characters, stories branched off were very interesting and which carried it too. But visually, it met my expectations. I really did enjoy the two different aspects, the forest life, which you kind of see, and then obviously the water life and the marine life, because a lot of that marine life, I mean, we don't even know what we have on our planet, like literally, like that some of that stuff that they thought of could actually be down there, 'cause there's some stuff that we haven't even seen yet that's whoa down there. So
It makes me want to keep swimming.
just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Okay, so it seems to be a common theme this year that if I go into a movie without any expectations, it comes out being really great. So as we mentioned with this, I went in because I wanted to do this live stream, and I was very surprised and excited, and I enjoyed it, and definitely I'd go see it again. And yeah, it was good. Surpassed my expectations.
That's good. We got a first surpasser. Everybody else is kind of like, yeah. All right, Benny, which side are you on? Did it surpass your expectations?
Literally everything Fish said, I agree with. Like word for word is what I was gonna say. So he like stole my whole answer. But yeah, it was basically I went in visually expecting great things, and it was visually great. And story wise, it didn't meet it. But like it was a James Cameron film. If you go in expecting that, like even some of the scenes mirrored some scenes from Titanic that I noticed. I won't say which scenes because of spoilers. But like it was in the third act.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm sure you guys noticed it too. Yeah. But I guess on par with my expectations, not really surpassing. So it was good.
That's where the Abyss hit me, was in that third act too. If nobody's seen the Abyss, but yeah, it gave me very much Abyss, Titanic vibes, like both those.
Exactly.
Jaw vibes too. Where Jaw vibes, Free Willy vibes over here.
Free Willy.
Yes.
Oh yeah, now that you say that, that's so funny. That's so funny that you say that. But there's that one shot. Very much Free Willy vibes on that. Okay, I get it. I know.
Okay, you know your willies, all right. You know your willies.
Movie.
Her wet willies.
All
There's
right.
a movie called Well Rider that kind of has the same aspects too.
All right. So
are they really riding the well though?
In the movie, they are, yes.
Okay.
But we'll see. Maybe.
It's my turn to answer this question, Amazing Anna. Keep interrupting. All right. So did it meet my expectations? This movie surpassed my expectations on every level. I really wasn't expecting much from this one. I was kind of like, oh, do I want to take Amazing Anna to this one? Because I'm like, I don't know if you're going to like it. I don't know. Is it going to drag? Is it going to be way too long and just boring? But that's the worst thing you can do, a long, boring movie. It's right out of the gutter. All right. This movie may have been long, but it was worth it. It was just like a delicious buffet. Everything, just looking at it, it was absolutely stunning. So to me, visually, I thought yeah, it can look good. Because the first Avatar, to me, I thought it looked good, but I wasn't like, ooh, I'm on the planet. I'm like, oh, it looks nice, but I'm like, I don't know if I feel I'm in Pandora yet. Here, I thought I was swimming with everything. I thought I was a part of the planet. I thought this was an amazing theatrical experience. So I'm glad I went to the theater to see this one, because I'm like, so glad I did the IMAX 3D, because without that, I don't know if I would have got the same experience of, all the fish stuff popping up at you. That to me was super cool. So yes, technology, perfect there. That way surpassed my expectations. And then the story. I know some people aren't loving the story here. Once again, story didn't blow me away, but it was improved. I thought it was a lot better. I thought the action way stepped up, a lot more explosive. I love that third act too. That third act was really... So I liked all of the acts, actually. I think they were all different and unique. You first start off with the forest stuff, which I thought was really cool. Then we get into all the water stuff and character development, family relationships. I love that part.
Kind of reminds me of Deep Horizon too.
Oh, Deepwater Horizon.
Yeah.
It gets explosive at that, kind of similar to that.
Kind of reminded me of that too.
Yeah. And then that third act is just, it's so good. That's like, okay, James Cameron, action-packed, explosive, let's go. So I love this movie. This movie is great. To me...
Was it delicious like sushi?
Oh, it was delicious. I eat this all up. So this movie, actually, so Top Gun Maverick, It's still my number one. But this movie, I think I might. I know I'm gonna have to do a whole ranking stream on this eventually. Actually, we're probably gonna have to do a favorite movie ranking stream for the year.
Year-end kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Once
that's
again,
fair.
if anybody wants to be a part of that, definitely let me know. Of course, but it's high up there. It made top 5 for sure. Made top 5, and I've seen tons of movies this year, but top 5
Yes.
easily for me. So good. Oh, it was fantastic. So way surpassed my expectations. But once again, I wasn't going in expecting too much. So now, was it like over a decade expectations? I don't know if it was that,
You
but
already answered that question. Move on.
okay.
Keep
Amazing. Let's
Come
keep
on,
swimming
keep
along.
swimming.
She says I'm rambling on.
Swimming.
Okay. Let's go
Fishes
to
are
the
friends,
comments.
not food.
No, they're food. I eat them up. All right. So, but not you, fish.
Like goldfish crackers.
All right. Let's see. Where are we at? Okay. Craig says Ben-Hur is 3 hours and 32 minutes. That's another one I have not yet
Ben-Hur.
seen.
Same. That's another one I haven't
It's
seen.
okay.
It's okay. And there's a remake too.
Yeah,
So there's the
it's all right.
original and the remake.
Well, yeah, we have
Yeah,
both.
there's a remake too.
Yeah.
I send Steph says, is this Adult Swim featuring Mega Mike? Yes.
Oh, you got Magic Mike.
I have
I
a
will tell you that every time
Magic Mike the Booty Man. What? Oh wait.
every time I'm trying to search for the Mega Mike channel on YouTube and to put it on like the TV when I'm trying to eat or something, it always, I have to specifically put in Meg Mike the movie man, or else I get a bunch of Magic Mike stuff.
That means Last American Girl. You have been watching a lot of Magic Mike because it knows your past history.
I'm a little suspicious over here. Is this what you're doing on your busy time? Magic.
What can I say? I give the people what they need.
Yeah. Booty Mike.
Give him.
All right,
The
moving.
hero we deserve.
Mike was connected to Awa. I don't
Awa.
know if-
Awa.
Awa.
Ewa.
See, I'm terrible with the names, so I can't even remember the names of anything. I'm like, okay, there's the tree, there's the big blue person, there's the little blue person. That's a
Awa is everything.
yes,
It's
the
like a big-
everything.
yeah,
I
it's
did,
like
I
a
did
big
feel
plan.
connected to everything.
Like
Oh,
plan.
and those were great
Or like
things
a
too. That
chorus.
like the nature connection stuff. That was
Mhm.
really cool too. Yeah, I'm like I'm one with them.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, and the way like they did their hair when it like splits open and connects to like the
Mhm.
it, like you can see the
Mhm.
little like tentacles connect to that. Like that was really cool.
Yeah, everything flowed together really nicely. All right, let's take a look now. Oh, and once again, if you're just joining in, we know we gotta remind everybody out there, splash that subscribe, like, and comment. Don't be afraid to get us wet. It's all part of the show, so bring it on with those comments, likes. If you're
Yep.
watching on the replay, I will get the answering though, so definitely do that.
I should have worn my poncho if I knew it was going to be this way.
Yep. All right. So, question 9. All right. Now we got to get down to brass tacks here. 9. What do you think of the critic score? Last time I checked earlier in the day was 78%, and the audience score 93% so far, though. You know, a little gap right there. Amazing, Anna, because I know you are the Rotten Tomatoes expert, and you know about all the critics because
No,
you're
I
very
don't.
critical.
No, I don't.
What do you have to say about these numbers?
Where's the numbers at? They disappeared.
I'll get you the numbers back.
Oh, okay. There you
Okay,
go.
so first, let's start with the
Where'd they
critic
go?
score. Are you impressed by 78%?
They suck.
They suck.
Yeah,
Okay.
they suck. What? They don't know movies.
Okay, enough.
They don't know what they're
enough
talking
said.
about.
Audience score. Are
They
you?
got paid. got
Oh,
paid.
you're saying they're shells.
Yeah, they're not really movie people. No, I'm just kidding.
They were all paid off.
I'm just
Okay.
kidding. The critic score is 78%. They probably didn't watch the first one. Maybe they were probably not intrigued by the visuals, more by the storyline, and they saw that the storyline was the same. They're probably not all about visuals. They don't care about visuals. They're more about what is the story about, where I like lights. I love lights. So the visuals was like, ooh, pretty. I'm distracted, So to me, that's what caught my eye. And then the audience score, yeah, they're right. They're great. Look at 93%. Yeah.
So
They know
audience
what's
did a
best.
good job for you, but
Yeah.
not so much the critics.
Who is the critics? Who are they?
Not me.
Who are the critics?
I'm not certified to be a critic.
Yeah. How do we get to be a critic over here?
All right, Jesse, what do you think of these scores?
I feel like I understand both of them. I feel like I'm more leaning towards the audience score. As far as the critic score, they were probably looking for a stronger, maybe more unique story, especially since it took like 13 years to make the film. So I can understand why it's a little lower than the audience score. The audience, I'm there with the average audience. I was there for the whole experience. So they both make sense. I love the experience. I thought it looked beautiful, and I think I was kind of the average audience for that. So I'm on the side of the 93%.
All right, Fish, because you are a theater expert here.
Do
these
scores.
scores
Working
make
one,
sense
not
to
an
you?
expert. The 70. Actually, I agree with Jess. I can understand where both sides are coming from. Once again, you wait 13 years. You do want a stronger story, but you do get some side stories that are enjoyable. And probably, if they're going to make this 5 or 6 sequels, can expand on those stories as well. So, but I'm guessing they didn't see the future. They're just seeing the right now. But the audience, 93, I can definitely agree with that because the visuals, and you're getting some older characters that people have loved for so many years because, this has been out for 13 years and people have watched it for 13 years, so getting new characters along with some older characters is always can be a fun time if it's done right. And I think this did it right, where you got new and old and brought it all together. I think that's why the audience liked it so much. Plus all the visuals, of course. But yeah.
All right, Last American Girl doing some research on her phone. What do we find?
Yeah, I was on my phone too. Don't let him make you feel bad.
Okay. No, I just got a notification for like something. I was like, wait a second, do I need to buy this? So no, you don't need to buy this. Anyway, critics score. Okay, so critics criticize movies as a whole. So it pulled from like the visual effects, it pulls from the story, and as we've been discussing here, we completely agree. The story, not solid. Visuals, solid. So that kind of combines into what makes sense with the 78%, in my opinion. As far as the audience score goes, with the audience scores, it's either a yay or a nay. And everyone I've talked to has been yay or it's a little too long, I needed to go pee. So, perfect. That's fine.
All right, Benny. These scores matching up for you?
Yeah, both of them do the 78% for critic. Like Last American Girl said, they take every aspect of the movie together. So the visuals with the story, with the score, with this and that, and then get it from there. So I can see where they get the 78%. I also can see where the audience got 93% because as a viewer, I was blown away visually. So I kind of think they're both kind of fair.
All right, so I'm gonna have to play some devil's advocate again. This critic score actually kind of shocked me when I looked it up today because once again, how Rotten Tomatoes works. Are you giving it a thumbs up or a thumbs down? I'm surprised that many critics gave it a thumbs down. I would have thought it would have been like higher 80%, maybe even getting into the low 90%. Because I'm like, how can you like walk away from this movie and then like, nah, just overall can't recommend it, right? To me, I'm like, how could you not? Because I was just so blown away by the movie. So I was a little shocked by that. and it's a James Cameron movie. Like usually James Cameron's movies are oftentimes, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong out there, maybe Fish, you might remember better than me. Usually a lot of James Cameron movies, aren't they pretty popular for the most part, like Titanic and things like that? Or
Well,
am I
yeah,
remembering that wrong?
definitely. Well, absolutely, especially amongst the audience. Definitely amongst the audience, they're always loved. I'm not sure about other Rotten Tomato scores on other movies, but I'm sure that Terminator was kind of panned when it first came out. 84. Robotic movie. Whatever. But especially then you got T2 in '91. Loved by fans overall. Yes. Critics, I'm not sure how they felt about it, but. See, that's the whole thing. It's like I got to the point where I don't listen to critics anymore. I do me, and if I like a movie, I like a movie. I don't like a movie, I don't like a movie. Yeah.
All right, critic.
In Titanic is 87 audience, 87 critic, and 69 audience.
Ooh.
Like the Titanic.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Okay, so that is one that I'm kind of on the audience side with that one. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was nice. It was gorgeous. I love this. I love history pieces, so that's why I enjoyed it. I don't know. Yeah, I'm on the audience side with that one. It didn't hit me like a lot of people did.
Well, Fish, you said that among a diehard Titanic fan. Last American Girl, do you want to rebuttal to that? Because that's like
I'll save it for the James Cameron stream.
Yes.
Yes, there you go.
Absolutely.
We'll debate it then.
All right. So let's go to, because I know everybody's getting tired, so we're going to get through this, everybody. We are now on to question 10, our final question here, and then, of course, we'll do our closing outs. But question 10, getting down to the numbers. What did you think of this movie's opening weekend box office? And we can look at the budget, too. So, $134 million opening weekend. And now the budget's kind of a weird number, so don't quote me on the budget because I've heard so many different reports on this. Like the first number I heard, it was like 250. Then I heard one thing said it was 300 something, and the last one I checked recently said it's now 460 million. So I don't know what's right or what's wrong. If anyone can shed some light on that, but if it is the higher end, 460 million plus marketing, wow. That's a lot of money to spend on a movie. So I'm pretty shocked by that.
Yeah, that's almost half. That's almost half.
So
I heard it was $2 billion.
Amazing, Anna. I know you love the numbers. So do you think it did a good job making that money, or do you think it should have made more?
Sorry, I was checking myself out on the camera.
You look great. You look great.
What color is your hair?
It's pink.
Do we all have pink hair?
Yes.
I do not. I don't think I do. Let me.
Mine's already fading.
I don't currently.
So is
Pink
ours.
and purple. Pink and purple, but it's fading.
Betty, you're looking too. You're like, let me look real quick.
I don't think I have currently.
I'm getting my hair done
Take my
tomorrow.
beard and it's got pink.
Oh, we gotta add a little
No pink.
that beard, Benny.
I'm getting my hair tomorrow, so I have to leave it all.
Yeah, I need it.
All natural.
All right, amazing, Anna. Focus.
Okay,
here.
let's focus.
What do you think of? Well, you know me. I don't know anything about numbers. I just spend money. That's all I do. I don't look at numbers.
So do you think? So an expert on spending. Do you think they spent too much money on that?
Man, I could buy a lot of houses with that money. What do you mean? Woo-wee, I'd be retired. I wouldn't even be working. Sorry, kids. I love y'all, but I'll be retired.
So you think a little bit over on the expenditures?
Well, it seems like they spent more than they made more right there.
Well, just opening weekend. They could make more
okay.
money over time,
well,
too.
I can't even imagine how much they paid these actors and actresses to be these movies and then to make the movie. That's a lot of damn money. And Disney, let me tell y'all, you did some great things in this movie with this technology. What's up with your Marvel movies then? Come on now.
So you think they should have this budget for every movie?
Yeah, like come on. If you got
Okay.
money for this Avatar, you can have this budget for Marvels and actually make better movies. I'm sorry.
You're
but your
gonna put
Marvels
them
are
out of business. Amazing, Anna. All right.
But for money wise, I don't really know much. I expect this. We still have Christmas, and a lot of people go watch movies during Christmas Day. I know we do. So maybe Avatar might be a day to watch during that day, or maybe the Puss in Boots movie might win.
Oh my
Everyone
gosh.
likes.
Oh my gosh. That's what I thought. We were back on track here.
Wow. What comes out? It comes out.
I'm sure
tomorrow.
it does. I'm sure. Oh, but we got the sneak peek
Yeah,
on
we
it.
did. We got to see it before everybody.
We did.
Do you recommend?
Mm.
Yeah, you're
Yes.
So Amazing Anna
Yes.
did. My
Yes.
reaction, I actually gave it a thumbs down. So we were split on it, but a lot of people love it.
I'm a kid at heart. Of course, I love Puss in Boots.
All right, Jesse, what do you think about these numbers?
So when I first saw the numbers, my reaction was that is a whole lot of money to only make that amount for the weekend. I don't usually follow the opening weekend box office numbers, so I kind of Googled some articles to kind of see like, okay, is this normal? And I did see that number, that 460 million plus the PR. So I did see a couple of them saying that, yeah, that's how much the budget was. What I was reading though was for James Cameron movies, it usually makes a certain amount and then the money does grow because people watch it again, talk to their friends about it. So I did read that kind of for his movies, that's the way the pattern kind of is. He makes lower than the budget, so maybe lower than what we were expecting, but then gradually it adds and adds and adds. And after reading that, I was like, okay, that makes sense. But initially, that looks like a big chunk of money.
All right, so let's go to Fish. What do we think of these numbers? Do they overpay?
Now, I just Googled the numbers, the budget. It said 250 million. So it's right on par. I mean, it's actually one weekend in, it's like almost there to make its money and then surpass its money. Endgame, I don't think so. Is it? I mean, word of mouth. People are gonna go see it.
Oh yes, this is 250 million US dollars.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So, yeah, is it going to make its money back? Definitely. Is it going to surpass like Endgame, Black Panther, stuff like that? Time will tell. Of course, time will always tell. In the box office, I'm not sure if it will, but maybe with physical media, like Mike and I buying stuff, or anybody else does.
In North America, it made 435 million globally.
Oh yeah, those are global numbers. So we never talk global when we talk opening weekend.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. All right.
But,
Sorry.
yeah.
Kid.
All right, Last American Girl. What do you think of the numbers? Because you've been on my streams before. We always talk numbers at the end.
Mhm.
Do these numbers seem like ridiculous to you? Even if it is the low end where it is 250, that's still a big chunk of change right there.
That's too much money. Who has the time for this? Who has the budget for this? I mean, I know Disney has a lot of money, but come on. I've been seeing some really funny videos that are like, I've never wanted to see a movie feel so badly because of how much they spent on it. But I like it. I like the ambition. And as Jess was saying, James Cameron movies make money over time because they end up being, I guess, classics, and there's so many things to do with them. Like theaters will replay them, they'll release a special edition. There's royalties to this. This is a movie you want to not have a lump sum in it. Rather, this is a movie you invest in.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so I think overall, in the end, it'll definitely make more than its share of money. Maybe not right now because, as you said, it might be the timing on things. But my whole family saw it, and we're probably gonna go back for Christmas. And my parents are excited to go watch a movie again. And there's very few movies out there that warrant rewatch in the theaters, and this was definitely one of them.
All right, Benny, what do we think of these?
So I think for an opening weekend box office, it's pretty good compared to how a lot of them have been since the pandemic started. So it's kind of gives you hope that people are going back to the movies to go watch movies. So I think it's not bad compared to the $460 it spent. I think eventually it's going to hit that stride and make its money back. But so far not bad. Yeah, keep it nice and short. Yeah.
All right. So you guys are all being very generous on this one. So I'm gonna play devil's advocate again. Yeah. No, this is not good enough, James Cameron. Sorry, it isn't. For that price tag, you needed to at least be at 180 million opening weekend, or I mean, even getting close to 200 for that kind of price. James Cameron even said he wants this movie to make like $2 billion to break even, which I mean, I think he was exaggerating. It's going to break even before that. But I mean, $2 billion, Cameron, you think you're going to make $2 billion out of this one? I don't know. I don't think it's a for sure $2 billion movie. I think over $1 billion. I think this movie will have legs because they did kind of serve it up on a silver platter with no competition at all, which other studios like, what are you doing? It's the holiday season. Put Aquaman 2 back out there. Like, come on. Let's get more water movies. Why not?
But maybe, like, Last American Girl saying, Christmas, a lot of people go to the movies Christmas Day. Right now, they're not going because they're wasting their money or using their money, not wasting, sorry, using their money to buy Christmas presents and
spend their money on Christmas gifts.
Going Christmas shopping and stuff like that, or going on vacation. But on Christmas Day, everything is closed. People are with families. They're going to be like, what should we do? Either we go snowboarding or we're going to go watch a movie. They're going to go watch a movie. And Avatar is the only movie that is popular going out right now. Unless people do go see Puss in Boots, which I doubt they
actually. I think that movie is going to probably make some good money. Actually,
so
but that movie was way cheaper to make.
We still have time. There's still time to make that money.
Yes, but keep in mind too, extremely long movie. That means less times it's going to play. Fish, correct me if I'm wrong on this.
Yeah,
less show times. So I think it's going to make good money. I think it'll still make a profit, but $2 billion, I think it's too late for the $2 billion mark. Now, if this movie came out 3-4 years later after the first Avatar, I think it would have had a better fighting chance, but we're still kind of in the COVID era. So, there's still that. We have more competition now with streaming services. So yeah, maybe no movie theater, theatrical movie competition as much.
Has it released on stream yet? Or
no.
We've gotten back to theater and then streaming eventually. Some people have made deals with streaming during the pandemic because theaters weren't open, and then but yeah, we're back to theater first, back to and then streaming.
It's not like on stream as well and theaters. It's
no. I think Halloween Kills was the last thing or Halloween Ends was the last thing that did that, but they had a contract because it was made during the second one's during the pandemic, and the third one they didn't know when the pandemic was going to end, so. Yeah, so that was all a contract. Paramount, it came out at the same time, but I think that was the last one that,
Oh, okay. So.
And I'm sure this movie, it's going to be in theater for quite some time, maybe a couple months, maybe a few months, right? Maybe, I don't think it'll last as long as Top Gun Maverick. Maybe it could
be like Titanic and be the longest running movie in theaters.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe, but I
Maverick,
don't know.
Maverick was there for 4 months, pretty much 4 months straight, and then left, and then came back for release, and then
But keep in mind too, this is a very long run time. How many people are going to come back to see the movie? And then keep in mind also, if you want the great theater experience, right? The premium screens, the IMAXs, the 3D, you're paying extra money. Are people going to want to pay that a second time? Are they going to want to bring out the family, right? A bunch of kids are, that can get hefty on the price. So you got to think about that too. Are people really?
Well, that's
I'm just saying it's a different
they're spending their
time.
money on other things right now. That this movie's kind of like on the back burner right now. But
This economy.
Yeah, so like once these
Oh, God.
are done, that it might get the money, it might make the money. Maybe it's just gonna take a bit because it's holiday season.
All right, quick poll. We got to do this.
I'm sorry. This weekend, Babylon and I Want to Dance with Somebody come out.
Yeah,
So,
I want to see Babylon for sure, but that's another long movie. That's another time investment. Woo!
I haven't even seen the trailers for that movie to know what
But
it's about.
But okay, so show of hands, we're just real quick poll here, and we'll get this closed out. Does anybody think this is getting close to 2 billion? Give or take a couple hundred million there. Anybody raising their hands?
By what point? At which point?
Over time,
Like
just the whole run,
globally?
globally, the whole run.
Oh, well,
the
if it's
whole
already at 600 million globally, it's already close to 1 billion.
No, 2 billion.
2 billion.
Are we getting into James Cameron's expectations? Anybody think it's gonna? I think it's gonna go over 1 billion. I don't think close to 2 billion. I don't even know if it's 1.5 billion.
I'm gonna say 1.3 billion.
So nobody thinks even over 1.5 billion then.
No.
See, so I'm not crazy out there. Okay,
not right now.
It's not gonna have that same effect as the first Avatar movie. I'm telling you, there's too much factors against it right now.
It comes out on DVD, if it even does come out on DVD.
Well, that's the thing is like now it comes out so much faster on streaming and stuff like that. So physical media.
But it's
so the box office their box office is kind of shorter. Like we got to get it in now. Maverick is the only thing that I've seen in a really long time that like kept going, kept selling out, and people still kept coming in to see it and repeated over and over again. Yeah, so
I saw it 3 times.
3 times.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. Yeah,
So
we saw it. I saw it twice.
Yeah, I only saw it.
You only
once.
saw it once,
Yeah.
and I saw it twice.
I saw it twice.
There's very few movies that I go multiple times. I think Rogue One was also one of those that I would watch like 4
I
times.
would totally go see Top Maverick again. I probably.
Well, I have the 4K steelbook. Enjoy that. All right.
Back to back. Scream 2. I went and watched it, and I walked out of the theater, went back to the box office. Can I get another ticket? And went back in and sat down and watched it again. Scream 2. I enjoyed that so much.
All right, Movie Hunter 2020 says, I don't think he will break the billion soon. I think Maverick did better upon release and will hit the billion before Way of Water will, in my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah, and to me, Maverick, like those screens were packed. I don't think Avatar Way of Water was it packed. Like there was people there, it was busy, but was it like every seat filled? You think so?
Yes.
Did you guys have that experience for like every seat?
Not at all.
No, not every seat.
No, not at all.
We switched our theater, our time, like our movie tickets, like 3 times, and like there was no problem doing it.
Ours was
That's
packed,
not a good sign.
I basically had a
Well,
whole,
we had
row to
IMAX
myself.
3D though on weekends, so it's gonna be a little bit busier. All right, well, let's get to kind of closing out here. I'll give everybody a chance to kind of promote themselves, say whatever they want to the mega league of film fans out there. So let's start with Jesse. What do we got?
Oh, I've never done this before.
Where can people follow you if they want? If you want to plug Instagram, YouTube channel, where can they go?
I'll definitely plug my YouTube channel because I do different art stuff and gaming stuff on there. You can follow me youtube.com/JessieMayJ right down there in the bottom. And I'm also on Instagram with the same username and Twitter.
All right, nice. Yeah, and definitely I know everybody appreciates when they get new followers out there. So definitely Mega League of Phil fans, give Jesse a whole bunch of followers and go and enjoy the content too. Watch some videos, have a good time. And speaking of amazing content creators with amazing social media presence, Fish, what we got going on?
Oh, well, thank you very much for that, Mike. And thank you very much for having me. Had a great time. I really did enjoy this movie, so I'm not bagging this movie. Please go enjoy it yourself. Watch it yourself. People, film is subjective, so please enjoy film as you like it. Fish the Film Collector here on YouTube and also Instagram. Just my channel's very small right now, so I'm just usually doing hunting videos out in the wild, unboxings and different things. I've done a couple reviews on movies. Hope to do a lot more in the future, but yeah, just starting out. So thanks for having me, Mike.
Oh, of course. And those box sets behind you, I'm just like looking at them the whole time. I'm like, ooh, I like those box sets. I must have you on the next box set stream.
Please
All
do.
right.
Yeah, no, I'd love to have that. Yeah, I'd love to do that. Oh.
All right, Last American Girl, what do we got for the people out there?
Let's see. When I told my dad I was doing this stream, he told me to quote him and say that humans are no longer the worst thing on this planet. We're now the worst thing in the universe.
That's great.
As far as the personal plugins go, I'll leave you guys with a teaser that my sister and I might be starting our own YouTube channel to like talk about our concerts and our experiences. We realized we have pit tickets to at least 6 concerts just next year, so we're excited to share how we do that and how it goes. And my final plugin, as we move on, I'd like to draw your attention to the painting above Benny here. I made that.
Ooh,
You gotta click Benny so we
can
see.
Where's Benny? Let me find Benny again. Benny, that's a good segue.
I made it with splatter paint.
Yep, right there.
Splatter paint.
Yes,
We
you
just
did.
gotta
Look at
add another splatter reference in there. Okay.
That face looks familiar.
Yep.
It must be a band. I was like, what band is it? It's
That's
not.
Benny.
It's Blink.
Blink 182.
I thought it was Blink 182.
Anna,
Like,
you need to
I
know your
know, it
music. The
was.
musical person.
I just didn't want to say anything before I got called out. I'm thinking I was wrong, but I was
not very good. But
I was
I'm
like,
excited that we can see it.
I was like, oh, yeah,
It's good. It's good.
like a smelly face.
All right, Benny, what do we got?
All right. As per usual, thank you for having me. I had fun. If you guys want to follow me on Insta, it's B to the Benny of Power. I don't post too much, but when I do, it's there. And follow Mike. We got him past 8. We got him past 9. Let's get him past 1,000. Hit that like, subscribe.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Benny. We are making that push to 1,000. So Thank you so much for shouting that out. Amazing, Anna. We gotta have you plug yourself. Amazing, Anna. What do we got? The amazingness.
Well, first of all, thanks everybody for allowing me to join your live. As everyone knows, Mega League fan, you guys know I don't like to be live. So this is an experience because I talk too much, he says. So don't have me on live because I talk too much. And then I get off topic. That's just me. That's who I am. I started putting our out of a theater reactions on Facebook. And we've actually hit 1.2K views in 3 hours. So, and then right now we just hit another 1,000 views.
Back Facebook.
Yeah.
Yes.
Another 1,000 views in a few days of our out of theater reactions.
Oh, and where can they see that? What's the Facebook page?
You should go follow me. My name is Anna Palazzo. Look for Anna Palazzo, Palazzo. ZZO. And my wedding picture is there. That's my personal Facebook, but that's where I put my reels at. So I don't really post. You might see some stuff about me. Just ignore that. Just look at my reels. Okay. I'm human. I am human. I went through a lot of things. That is my Facebook from like 2010, maybe 2006. Yeah.
Are you
So
also sharing on Instagram?
yes, I do also have Instagram. I don't put my reels on there. My Instagram is more like my festivals and my pops. I usually post pictures, but I do a lot of stories. I'm not really on Instagram that much. I don't really like to post a lot because it just takes forever to like write a caption and stuff, where in Facebook it's lately just been uploading my reels and just I could put hashtags real quick. So that one I'm going more with Facebook than Instagram, if anything. So go follow me on Facebook.
All right, thank you so much, amazing Anna.
Oh yeah, and go follow him.
Of course, so I'll plug
this guy over here.
why not? So yes, Mega Mike, the movie man here. You guys know me. So definitely thank you all for joining in my great panel here. Amazing insight into this Avatar movie. This was a lot of fun. We shared some great laughs, some amazing memories now. So this was a blast. Totally wonderful. Thank you everybody for joining in on this. To the audience, absolutely thank you for the support of all the comments, the likes, watching the videos, even if it's on the replay, even if you can't catch it live, I understand. But just watching the replay, getting the view time with that is so appreciative, helps the channel out a ton. You have no idea. So it means a lot. I really appreciate it. And we are trying to make that push to 1,000 subscribers. We are over 900. I want to get to that 1,000. We can have a nice party live stream celebration. I might do a live stream for the 900 passing mark because I haven't done that yet. So that may be coming up here soon. You guys know I'm trying to post almost every day.
Maybe you can
So
give a pop away.
Ooh, you hear from amazing Anna. We got a box full of some extra pop, some good stuff in there too. So hey, you get me to that 1,000, we'll have a big old giveaway. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. But yes, thank you so much for that. Tons of content for my channel. As you guys know, I'm posting almost every day. Got a lot of holiday content to come out. Some more live streams I'm in the works of, like my James Cameron ranking live stream. Gonna get that going. So if anybody wants to be a part of that, I know I have a couple people down for that. But if you want to be a part of that, definitely just let me know on Instagram and we'll get that going. But yeah, lots of fun live streams coming up. A lot of other great content. So it's gonna be a blast.
If you replayed this, I hope you got really soaked.
And on
I
that
hope
note,
this stream got you real.
yeah. Yes. And so on that note, remember to make every day just a wet, sloppy, wonderful movie day.
And wear your ponchos.
Yeah, happy holidays, everyone.